hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday. Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? I don't know. It's spoiler season. I don't keep track of days in spoiler season. Let's go with Tuesday. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see you. I think I understand your taste in food. You don't like to mix wet and dry textures. I think that probably pretty much boils down to that. I think that's about correct. Day in Wildfire, good to see you. Snapcaster, meme philosopher, communist, awesome. Lord Boyce, welcome. Good to see you. Hopefully everyone is having an awesome day. I'm actually super excited. We are playing Pioneer proper today, at least to start off. I don't know if you were here. I don't know if you were here last stream. I learned that Grinny Angus is actually an elemental. We saw someone playing Grinny Angus in Explorer, and it had Risen Reef, and I was very intrigued by the idea of playing a Risen Reef and then Grinny Angus a bunch of times to draw through your entire deck, and then randomly out of the blue in a deck list published yesterday, someone 5-0'd a Pioneer League with that very concept. So this is Infinite Devilish Valet combo for Pioneer, a real format. It can make infinitely big Devilish Valets. It can draw the deck with the Risen Reef. It looks so incredibly sweet. There's actually a bunch of sweet Pioneer decks to mess around with. So we're playing some Pioneer. We're going to see if we can combo off with the Risen Reef and friends. Streffy. Oh my goodness, I butchered that. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. BG Stilts, good to see ya. Love the stream. Who do you have winning the FIDE championship? Wait, what is FIDE? FIDE. I don't know what that is. Should I know what that is? This deck is pretty much explorable. You are missing, actually I don't think anything. You can use Llanowar Elves instead of Elvish Mystic. That's fine. You lose Rending Valley in the sideboard and one copy of Generator Servant, but really this deck it is possible to play an Explorer without really changing hardly anything. Chimco, and if we fail in Pioneer, maybe we'll try it in Explorer after. Northern Vanguard, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Oh my god, I have no idea who the best or worst chess player in the world is. Literally none. I gotta say, we're complaining about the lack of modern reprints in Double Masters 2022. At least I was. And Wizards came through a little bit. I mean, the set is still very skewed towards Commander. Actually, I went through. I can show you this. And we're going to play Magic in a minute, I promise. I'm not going to drag this out. We'll play Magic very soon. But they came through with Force Negation, which was very high on my list. Surgical Extraction, also pretty good modern card. The Wall of Omens looks spectacular. But I actually went through the sheet, which we talked about yesterday, and put the formats in there. And if you look at the formats, it's definitely a Commander set. If you go by format relevance, and it's a little bit subjective, like Bitter Blossom. I saw people arguing about Bitter Blossom. What format do you count Bitter Blossom as? I put it as a modern card. Other people said, no, it's not a modern card. People don't really play it anymore, which is kind of true, but I still mostly associate it with I don't even know. So there is some subjectivity to this. But really, if you look at the most relevant formats for these cards, it's really Commander gets a million reprints, Modern gets a few reprints, a little bit for Pioneer, a little bit for Legacy, a tiny bit for Vintage, which I guess makes sense. Like, if you were going to rank paper format popularity, I bet it would look a lot like this, honestly. Like, it probably does break down. If you just asked 100 Magic players what format they played, I bet the numbers would be, like, a little bit similar to this. But check out the sheet if you're interested. Super hyped about Force Negation. Love the Wall of Omens art. The set value is really good. Like, this set value is still really solid. Over $500, which will probably go down. Hopefully it'll go down as prices drop. But still, even though it's Commander focused, the set's sweet. I'm excited. Are you getting a box? I'm curious. I haven't even decided if I'm getting a box. I love cracking packs. We have a new donation from Lucid, $5 donation. Thank you, Lucid. How are you today? Surgical reprint hype. Gotta play some Gaia's Extraction. Ooh, that would be a good one to bring back. You know what I realized? One of the most famous Against the Odds episode. Oh, I can link the spreadsheet. One of the most famous Against the Odds episodes is the Rhino decks. We did 34 Rhinos, and then a few years later, we did 35 Rhinos. I'm pretty sure, thanks to Yarion, here's the spreadsheet. I'm pretty sure, thanks to Yarion, we can do like 60 Rhinos now, or like 50 some Rhinos. So we might have to do a Yarion Rhino deck before they ban Yarion in every format. So how do we get a Patented Saffron Olive Panorama deck for Explorer Pioneer. Feels like forever since you've got one. I actually put Panharmonicon on last week's Against Odds poll for Explorer, but it didn't win. It always wins except for this time. So I'm just gonna have to pull rank and build one for Much Brew or something, but it'll be coming. We're due for an Explorer Pioneer, Explorer Panharmonicon deck. Hey Seth, this janky Legacy Storm deck I brewed and tested, I emailed it to you. Would you consider playing it? Ooh, Carnival of Souls Storm. That definitely looks super wild. Possibly. I mean, definitely email me the list so I have a hard copy of it. It seems like it could be pretty funny when it goes off. I don't know what the odds of it going off are. Force of Will is always the issue. In a format like Legacy, if you build your deck around one card, in this case, Carnival of Souls, which is really sweet. I've never seen a Legacy Carnival of Souls deck, so I love the idea. The problem in Legacy is you often end up in a position where a single Force of Will just kind of ruins your entire day. Not that that means we can't play the deck, because I still want to see Carnival of Souls go off, but that's something to keep in mind. If you're playing a deck that's built around one card in Legacy, you gotta have a plan for Force of Will. Veil of Summer is good. Sometimes you can play even more than that, but you have a plan for the counter spells. Thought Seizes, maybe a discard effect, something like that. So I don't know. Cabal Therapy in the main deck might be worth considering. Like, I don't know if we'd fizzle on card draw too much, but I could see replacing Altar's Reap with Cabal Therapy to try to get rid of Force of Will to resolve the Carnival of Souls to combo off. But yeah, send me it because the idea is super sweet. Yubaka, welcome to the Fishbowl, or Yubaka. Thank you for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. I've been brewing Jund Reanimated with Henzi Toolbox Story as a commander. Ooh, Henzi's a really sweet commander. It is a sweet one. Anyway, let's do a reminder. Start playing Magic, then we can talk about modern reprints or the lack thereof. Double Masters 2022. We can talk about our weekends. We can talk about whatever. So reminders, replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one, in the future. Normal YouTube, spoiler videos. We had a fun short combo video going off with Fable of the Mirror Breaker and Magda's and Masswood Nexus. If you haven't seen that yet, you should check it out because it's actually pretty sweet. But tons of stuff coming up on the YouTube tomorrow for Against Odds. It's happening. We are meeting of the fiving. We are actually going to find out if meeting the five can be good. I called it the worst mythic or worst rare from that entire set, so we'll see. What do I say when someone subscribes? I should probably change this up, but at this point it's a tradition. It's welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. And then this is the part that gets everyone. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. The idea is that people would use the Scoops cheer emo and everyone would be like, yeah, new subscriber. But it's been a long time and that has kind of fizzled away and doesn't happen. It doesn't happen anymore. So it doesn't make a lot of sense anymore. It made more sense like 5 years ago when we first started doing it. So maybe I got to change out the shout out a little bit. Hey, what's up, Dog and Myth? How are you? A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some Double Masters cards or some other cards, maybe, I don't know, Commander Legends, whatever they got you covered, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish, and even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. And we got another new donation from Lucid. Ooh, $20 donation. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, Seth, I forgot to say I just turned 27 on Saturday. Hey, happy birthday, Lucid. That is awesome. I always give money away for my birthday, and I was fortunate enough to help my friend with their car repair costs that could have made them homeless. Also went canoeing. All in all, a perfect day for me. Lucid, that is a super cool idea. I might have to steal that. The idea of giving a friend something or giving someone something on your birthday, that's a really cool way to pay it forward. I really like that. That's a super sweet idea. And thank you so much for the donation. Otherwise, Discord, new and approved, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, good way to support the stream of the channel is like, Elf, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. 2 years, I've got 2 boxes of Double Masters and possibly getting a collector's box. Sold some cards to the LGS. Is anyone going to open a collector's box of that set? I don't know if I got the guts to do it. Like, I love opening booster packs. I love it. It's so much fun. But they're so expensive. Like, I don't know if I could justify a $60 pack. I kind of want to open one just to say I did it, but I didn't open any of the VIP packs last time around. It's just so it's just so expensive. It's so much risk. Like, I know you could open a ton of value of cards, but you could also just get like super wrecked. Yeah, I still don't know about them calling it a booster box. But anyway, all right, let's talk about what we're trying to do with this deck, because I'm really hyped for this deck. So this is Infinite Devilish Valet, Grinning Angus, Wombo Gombo for Pioneer. So what are we trying to do? What do we need to do to win the game with this deck? Well, our main goal is Grinning Angus. Grinning Angus, the weird creature, you've seen it in Alchemy and in Standard and all other formats, but essentially you can cast it as many times as you want for 1 mana each time, because you can pick it up for 1 red mana, and then it makes back its mana cost when you pick it up. So the idea of this deck is we are trying to make Grinning Angus free. The best way to do it is Burgee. We play Burgee, we cast Angus, we get an extra mana, we can bounce it, we can cast it an infinite number of times. Hazardous Monument also helps. It only reduces the non-red cost, so the generic cost. So it doesn't actually let us go infinite by itself, but it does reduce the cost and allow us to churn through our deck. Runaway Steamkin can also replace Burgee as another way we can cast Angus an infinite number of times. If we have Burgee and Steamkin, or Burgee and Monument, or Runaway Steamkin and Monument, then we go actually infinite and infinite mana as well. So once we get there, what does this actually do for us? Why are we casting Grinning Angus over and over again? Answer number 1 is Risen Reef. I didn't realize until like yesterday that Grinning Angus is elemental. If we have Risen Reef and Grinning Angus, and we have a new donation from Iris Rager, $2 donation. Hey Seth, with the amount of reprints and double masters being more for Commander, would you say that this is more of a Commander Legend set than Baldur's Gate, since there were actual needed reprints instead of a bunch of draft focus cards? 100%. Yes. I mean, I think that the Commander Legends Baldur Gate was a D&D set. It was a D&D set focused on Commander. It was not what I would consider to be a legend set. If you compare it to the first one, it was much less of a reprint set and much more of new cards focused on D&D for Commander. Nothing wrong with that, but it wasn't really a Commander reprint set. Double Masters 2022, on the other hand, that is very much a reprint set, and a really good reprint set for Commander players, and getting there, I think, slowly for modern players. But I would totally agree with that. I will say that I think maybe Wizards messed. Give me your thoughts on this, because maybe it's just that I'm not a D&D player. But when I think about these sets, and you look at Double Masters, and then we'll get back to the deck. I know I'm getting distracted. There's so many old legends in this set. Like, the real theme of this set is reprinting old Commander Precon legends, Animar and Corridor and Aminatu. The list is super long. Gave, Azuri, and that's just the mythics. Cedrus. If you keep going through the rares, there's so many of these cards. It's like they're trying to reprint every single possible Atla Bellini, Thraximundar, Wasora, trying to reprint Rune, every single old Commander Precon rare or legend that they could in this set. What I would have liked to see is Wizards taken, and the problem is the D&D theme, which it's not bad. I'm not against doing D&D crossovers, but here is my personal perfect world, is Wizards took and put a bunch of these cards in Commander Legends, and then imagine that draft format. You know how sweet it would be? It would kind of be like the first Commander Legends, but you could actually take advantage of these cards as your Commander. You could draft a Rune deck in Commander Legends Limited, or Thraximundar, or Wasora. You could draft a deck around them, so they would see more play in Limited, and you would still get the reprints, and you'd get the reprints in a cheaper product that's more accessible to more players. So shift some of those cards, these endless Commander Precon legends that are in Double Master, shift those to Commander Legends, and that would open up some space in Double Masters to throw in some more modern and legacy stuff. You can throw in the Force of Wills, throw in the Stoneforge Mystics, some of those style of cards, a Tarmogoyf or whatever. So that's how I would like to see it going forward. Nothing wrong with how they did this time. The D&D flavor is sweet, and I know that that's part of the gimmick of Commander Legends 2, was having that D&D flavor, but I think that that's how I would like to see it. Commander Legends actually gets good Commander reprints. Double Masters gets good Commander reprints, but if you put some of the good reprints in Commander Legends, then you can also have more room in Double Masters to support other formats too. So I don't want them to not support Commander and Double Masters, because Commander's super popular, but I would like to see them support it more in Commander products than they did in Commander Legends too, I think. So They would just replace commander cards with another 2 rares. Yeah, they would just replace it with the next best commander card. Just keep moving down the list. Okay, so back to this combo. We get infinite. We Grinning Angus. So we either make infinite mana or cast an infinite number of times. The next piece of the puzzle is Risen Reef. Risen Reef, when an elemental comes into play, we get to draw a card, and if it's a land, we get to put it into play. So if we cast this elemental Grinning Angus an infinite number of times, we get to draw our entire deck. As we draw our entire deck, hopefully we'll find more Runaway Steamkins and Hazard Monuments to start making infinite mana, and then we play Devilish Valet. As we draw our deck, we will find the Devilish Valet. As we cast the Grinning Angus an infinite number of times, we will make this infinitely big, hopefully deal billions of damage to our opponent, and win the game on the spot. If that doesn't work for some reason, we can also Light Up the Night, which we can cast with our infinite mana to just burn our opponent out of the game directly, and that's the plan of the deck. That is what we're trying to do. Is this going to be legit? Is it going to work? I guess we find out, but let's jump into a Pioneer League and see, because I'm very curious. This deck looks so sweet when it goes off. Devilish Valet just naturally has haste. Haste and trample, right? Trample haste, yeah, those are just natural mechanics. We also have a Generator Servant, which can technically give something haste, but Alter Budget for fun deck uses Delve Creatures, Djinn, and Archon. That sounds sweet. Yeah, I think Archon locking is underrated. Only $65. That's super sweet. Oh, Neoform into the Djinn. And then Archon of Emeria. So your opponent's first spell gets countered, but they can't cast more than one spell each turn. The only problem with the plan is Djinn only hits spells, essentially, right? Instants, sorceries, and artifacts. So your opponent can still cast creatures. So you do got to make sure you're not going to die to creatures. But as long as you can avoid dying to creatures, that is a pretty hard lock. Couldn't you add endurance to make it truly infinite? So we're playing Pioneer, so no endurance in the format, but you could play like Elixir of Immortality or something. There's normally, I don't know, I consider infinite but limited by your deck size to be to still be infinite. Like if you can do something as many times as your deck will allow until you run out of cards, I still consider that. Personally, I still consider that to be infinite, but I don't know, maybe I'm curious what y'all think. Is that infinite? Does that count as infinite? Will this work? Give me your prediction of record. Will we be able to win a game with this deck? We might try it in Explorer after. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. So how are we feeling about Double Masters 2022? How was everyone's weekend? Oh, speaking of weekends, I don't know how many of you were here last stream, but Stream Mod Stone Rain Productions was talking about his brother having to have heart surgery. I got a message from Stone Rain over the weekend saying that his brother made it through surgery, recovering in the hospital. So he said to let everyone know in case anyone was wondering about it. So it seems like things are heading in a good direction. So if that's something that has been in your thoughts and prayers over the weekend, that is the update. Yeah, that is definitely awesome news. I imagine having open heart surgery has gotta be pretty scary. I would be freaking out. But it sounds like it went well, as well as it can go for having a bypass or whatever. Really only want to see Legacy Modern Pioneer cards from here on out in Double Masters. We have so many Commander cards already. Yeah, I'm kind of like that too. I feel like we have so much good Commander stuff in the set already. If they filled out the rest of the set with stuff for other formats, I would be, well, this is a good start. Our friend Abriel Grazer actually good here. Get down the Monument. This is actually kind of a cool synergy too. So we can cast red creatures and loot, and we can loot away, hopefully, things that we can get back with this Thunderkin Awakener at some point, like a Risen Reef. Opponent. All right, Cat and Oven. Sure. Oh, dear. Buckle up. There's going to be a lot of clicking going on. Okay, so, play the land on red. Generator Servant. Loot away a land. Come on, Risen Reef. Abriel Grazer. Okay. Well, Thunderkin Awakener. Loot away a Grazer, which doesn't seem super helpful, into more monuments. All right, well, Pass the turd. We need a Coco or Risen Reef. Could you use Jace to win by decking if that's a regular issue? Wait, if what was an issue? Opponent. Abriel Blazer, paying off at the moment. That was actually a good, it's so hit or miss for us. Sometimes it's great, other times, oh my god, drives me crazy. Please no, Mayhem Devil. All right, well, there goes our board. Yeah. Opponent's going to kill our board. This is awkward. We don't really have removal for this either. Oh, running out of cards. Yeah, I guess you could use... Wait, Jace? What Jace beats running out? Like, Ultimate Jace the Mind Sculptor? Runaway Steamkin. Ugh. We're kind of just locked here, right? Do we even play the Steamkin? I guess we... So we play the Steamkin, we loot, but then our opponent just kills it. This is a bad position to be in. We'll play the Steamkin. Loot away the monument. This Mayhem Devil is wrecking us, and we just do not have an answer for it. Into a land. Well, all right, Jagava. So far, so bad. Well, that's what Kevin does when it's at its best. Oh, the Labman one. Yeah. No, you could do like Labman shenanigans and try to draw your entire deck. I mean, I don't think that drawing our deck's an issue. Like, if we're drawing our entire deck, we should win. So we should just win with Devilish Valets, win with infinite mana. So I'm not especially worried about us doing our thing and then running out of cards. So as far as actually winning, it should be fine. But if you want to keep being able to loop it, then yeah, adding a Jace, adding an Elixir of Immortality, adding something like that would let you keep doing it forever. Essentially, just like keep drawing your deck forever. Opponent doing annoying Cat Oven things, gets in, hits us. Well, we need something really good right now. Well, Coco's really good. The problem is I don't know. I don't know if we can win through this Cat Oven stuff. How can we possibly... So we play Collected Company. We hit Grinning Angus and Burgie. Does that even let us win? Grinning Angus bounce, loot through our deck. I mean, I guess we try it. Oh, but they can sack... No, this we're just locked. We're just hard locked. Anything we do just dies. I don't even know if we cast it. Maybe we just scoop. Like, there's just no way we can... There's no way we can win through this double Mayhem Devil, double Oven, Cauldron Familiar lock. We're essentially just locked out of the game. We're definitely getting Eldorade. All right, we'll discard. There's a... I mean, we're so close. If this was not a deck that could just mow down every one of our creatures, we'd be in good shape. Yeah, Grazer did its job this game. I mean, we're still super dead, but it did do its job. You know what? Actually, there's no point in sitting through this. There's no way we can... There's just no way we can win from this position. If KCI was banned in Modern, at least in part because of how obnoxious it was, to play against, I think Cat Oven could well be banned in Pioneer. I mean, it was banned in Standard, right? Like, it is a card that has been banned in the past, so... I don't play... How often do you play against it? I feel like I don't actually play against sack decks that often in Pioneer, compared to what I used to. I used to play against them all the time. Well, I guess Chandra's defeats in. Mass Vandal can get ovens, at least. Probably worth it. Maybe Soul Guide Lantern? What do we cut, though? This seems like a tough matchup to actually combo in. We can go down Generator Servant. We can go down to Grazer. Maybe the Thunder... Maybe a Thunderkin Awakener. Soul Guide Lantern usually doesn't even do it, right? Like, most of the time, the cat player can just play around it. Cat Oven is definitely obnoxious. It's obnoxious, it's slow. I don't think it's quite KCI bad. I think it's easier to... I guess it's easier to know when you're dead. Part of what made Caraclan Ironworks so incredibly obnoxious is you always had like the 1% of hope that you could actually like, because you can't really see that your opponent has it, so you're like, oh, they could fizzle, so you kind of gotta stay in it, at least from like a competitive perspective, just on the off chance that they actually end up fizzling. Although it rarely actually happened in practice. At least in Arena, without the Pioneer combo deck, you can play against Cat Oven plenty. Yeah, in Explorer, Cat Oven is pretty popular. I've seen, I think it was Andrew Cuneo that was recently saying he thought it should be banned. Yeah, we can't really Grafdigger's Cage in this deck, though, just because we're playing Collected Company. We could play, like, Leyline of the Void or something. But yeah, Grafdigger's Cage is a good answer. Oh, yeah, that's true. And then Cat Oven became a bannably broken deck. But yeah, there was a time when everyone was kind of cool with Cat Oven at first. I mean, when it first came out, I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. It looked like it was kind of like a janky fun brew at first, and then of course it ended up being so obnoxious. I mean, and part of the problem is just part of the problem is also just like digital. It's a lot quicker in paper. Like, you don't gotta go through all the actions. You're like, okay, sack my cat twice, you take 2, like untap. On Moto and on Arena, you gotta click through everything, and it makes it a lot more clunky. Aw, okay, we wanted those cards. About it, going to Thoughtseize, who knows? I mean, these are pretty redundant, so I guess it doesn't really matter. When Cat Oven came out, Oko handled the oven just fine. I wonder how much of those standard formats that got so bad were because Wizards thought the cards were going to, like, balance against each other. That seems possible to me. That Wizards was thinking, okay, like, Oko's broken, but it's going to be an answer to Cat Oven, which is also really good. And then we got Field of the Dead, which will keep Oko in check. So maybe they were trying to do, like, the modern thing where if everything's broken, nothing is. It is, flavor-wise, a little weird that we had a top-tier deck about burning cats. What is the fairy tale aspect of that? I might be giving him too much credit. That's true. I tend to think of WotC as evil geniuses sometimes, but maybe that's undeserved. All right, double Mob Nixilis makes a devil. We'll take 2. Okay, that's also not ideal. Opponent passes. We draw lands. Huh. I kind of want to play the backside of Burgee, but I feel like if we do, we're just going to lose. The cat isn't going... The cat's not going in the oven? Wait. The cat comes out of the oven? What goes in the oven? So we can play Jengatha, but it dies. Opponent's got 2 Obnixilises. We can light up the Knight to kill an Obnixilis and play the front side of Burgee. Maybe that's the best move. Oh, we're just putting children in the oven. I see. flavor much better. It's not cats, it's just kids. All right, let's... Yeah, I think we gotta kill an Obnixilis. So, kill an Obnixilis. 2 Obnixilis is just too much to deal with. So, 1 Obnixilis down. Play Burgee. Play a land. Well, come on, Collected Company, perhaps pass the turn. Just Eldraine things. Opponent. I guess I gotta get up on my fairy tales more. Sure, we'll take 2 down to 13. Oh, so I missed the answer earlier. Is anyone here, anyone actually buying a collector booster of Double Masters? Oh, come on. All right, opponent, rest our board. Witch's Oven. Come on, Collecty Company. No, that is Collecty Company. All right. Well, Steam Vents tapped past the turn. Hopefully this Coco is the answer to all of our problems. Come on. Per collector booster box, $225 is actually a pretty reasonable price. Saving my money for Warhammer 40k Commander decks. I actually had a theory about that. I wonder if Commander Legends 2 is going to end up underopened and overpriced because there's so many sets coming out. Same with Strixhaven. I could see it happening with Strixhaven as well. But with so many sets in such short succession, I think some of them are going to get forgotten and going to get left out and going to be underopened. So I almost wonder if we're going to see like the Ancient Dragon cycle or something end up super expensive. It's already pretty expensive. Oh, fun speaking, I'm so incredibly lucky. So we opened some packs last stream for giveaways. I had ended up with an entire case of Commander Legends Baldur's Gate, and as a degenerate pack cracker, I had to just open it irresponsibly. We opened the one that was given away, the foil AFR treatment, Copper Dragon, the red dragon, the most expensive one. Opened one of those, but then I opened a total of five total copies of the, oh jeez, those are really good magic cards for our opponent's deck. Mayhem Devil and the Witch's Oven and a Devil to Sack. Yeah, so I ran incredibly hot. I hardly opened any of the other dragons, but I just opened the red one again and again and again. So I think it actually, even though the EV of the set's bad, I think it actually worked out just because I got so lucky. If our opponent didn't have this sweet setup, we'd be in kind of good shape. We Ingus and Risen Reef, like, we couldn't go infinite, but we could get a lot of value out of that. But unfortunately, this Witch's Oven is going to ruin our day. So I think we have to take Risen Reef, Mass Vandal. Put them into play. Get some triggers. Mass Vandal, get rid of the Witch's Oven. So our opponent can snipe our board, do other annoying things. Am I going to be Miriam and Paper? I think so. I did open one. So I think I'm going to just build a deck around it. It probably won't be like your build that's super expensive and high powered, but I am going to build a medium powered fun build. Oh, also, you mentioned this on the podcast yesterday. You didn't know the rate of borderless in Double Masters for higher rarities, and assume it's 1-3. Wizards obfuscated the number, but I think with some math, it's closer to 1-5. Really? So they said directly 1-3 for lower rarity stuff, but that's not the number for higher rarity stuff. That's a little sketchy, because I read the article and definitely came away with the impression that because they explicitly stated it about bounce lands, I think, or one of the lower rarity cards, I definitely came away with the impression that that was just a rate for everything. So it's a little sketchy to like publicize that number, but then have it be a different number. It's not lying, but I wish it was a little clearer, because I definitely came away thinking it was 1-3. It was the most likely outcome for everything. All right, opponent shoots down the Risen Reef. Well, we get rid of the Witch's Oven. Oh, if we still had our Risen Reef. Okay, a couple of dead cards. Exile the Florahedron. Get rid of it. Steam Vents. Not going to save us. Well, play the land on red. Elvish Mystic. We have the Ingus. If our opponent, boy, maybe this is just a tough matchup for our deck. Am I going to Worlds in Vegas this year? Not 100% yet, but I think that it's likely. I think it's likely. So I'll let you know for sure. I'll let you know for sure in the not super distant future. I'm still trying to figure out the exact details, but I think there's a decent chance that I go to Vegas. That's the one. Like, I always say this about Vegas, but traditionally, if you're someone who goes to one Magic event a year, Vegas is the one traditionally. You just meet the most people. Everyone's there. It's a huge thing. Plus, that one has worlds, so you can have all the pros there, and you got the beta draft, and it's gonna be. It sounds really sweet. If you're accepting suggestions, I'd like to suggest a Bioessence Hydra Super Friends deck. Ooh, I know there's already a few videos in both Standard and Pioneer, but I believe the deck can have a Sean Explorer. Check out the synergy with Kizmina from Strixhaven. Great on Super Friends decks. We played it in Standard a few years ago, but I have not played Bioessence Hydra since then. That actually sounds really sweet. The new Kazmina does seem like a big addition. Yeah, that's the one that. Oh. Well, okay, there's no oven. We got rid of the oven. So I guess we're not just dead. You better not have another oven opponent. Okay, another Obnixilis. Another few Obnixilises. Unfortunately, the Ob that we killed is not the legendary one. Opponent, does this mean we're dead? Obnixilis. Makes a devil with Obnixilis. Takes up Obnixilis, we discard. Takes up Obnixilis, we drop to 8. So we can't actually kill the Obnixilis. Oh boy. This has been the best I've probably ever seen Obnixilis be in Pioneer. Chandra's Defeat. So we kill Mayhem Devil. Kill Mayhem Devil. That. Yeah, I mean, okay, Chandra's Defeat Mayhem Devil. I'm not convinced this is enough, though. Oh, we were so close to doing our cool Risen Reef stuff, but our opponent just has so much annoying interaction. Oh, you're right. We're not in stream mode, are we? There we go. Thank you for the reminder. All right, go to combat. So we can kill a Obnixilis. Still doesn't feel great. So this goes at Obnixilis. These both go with the one Obnixilis. These Obnixilises have dealt so much damage. Hey Seth, I've been playing an updated Ashiok in Pioneer, and I really think you should try it sometime. Ruin Crab, Tasha Sidious Laughter, make Oblivion Soul are absolutely insane. It's been blowing my mind. Ooh. Oh, and they get a cat, that's right. The one random food. So we go to 7. Yeah, that's probably going to beat us. Opponent blocks. What an obnoxious deck to play against. That does sound sweet. What's your deck list look like, Dylan Hunter? I've been trying to get into Modern. What's a budget replacement for Eidolon of the Great Revels for Boros Spurred? Sadly, there is nothing that is similar to Eidolon. And nothing that does what Eidolon does. So you really just have to replace it with another aggro creature, another like Monastery Swiftspear or something. Replace it with another burn spell, the next best lightning bolt effect. But there really isn't. There's not another creature that does what it does. Opponent's going to keep the cat alive. They lose one of their many Obnixilises. They hit our face. We drop to 6. Well, we play a Grinning Angus. We pass the turn. Opponent untaps with 2 Obnixili. Opponent takes up Obnixilis. Yeah, down to 4. Takes up Obnixilis. Down to 2. Plays a land. Gets Jengatha. Okay, opponent. Draws another Mayhem Devil. We draw another Forest. And officially dead. I feel vindicated. I just never saw why anyone thought Ob was broken. It seems fine and appears it was right. I mean, I think it's very strong in the right deck, but the people who are like, oh, it's going to be good in every deck, that was super far off base. I mean, it's good in sack decks, it can be good in aggro decks, but it's still a Punisher card. Everyone kind of conveniently overlooked that it is basically a Punisher card. Well, that was obnoxious. Oh, Blue-White Emiria was a fun one. Cemetery Gatekeeper, if you're looking for the card that is the closest, I guess, to Eidolon, Cemetery Gatekeeper, I guess, is probably it, but it is incredibly worse. The difference between hitting on any cheap spell and hitting on one specific type of spell and needing to have a card in the graveyard by turn 2 to actually have it do anything, it is huge. It means it doesn't usually trigger on any creatures. Maybe you can snag a spell with it, especially if you like cast a turn 1 burn spell just to get in the graveyard. But it is, it's like, I guess you could consider it a budget replacement. But personally, I would play another burn spell before I play Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper has not been impressive to me as an Eidolon replacement. You play like the life gain hate thing, Rampaging Ferocidon, maybe? Like if you're trying to find a direct replacement, but I'm really just not sure that a direct replacement is necessary. Wow, this hand has everything we need except like a Risen Reeve. Are we on the draw again? We are. Okay. Opponent. Ottawa passes. Thunder Can Awaken. Well, land on green. Arboreal Graza. Pretty good here. Pretty good. Not bad. Well, Stomping Grounds tapped. Come on! Combo piece. Harsh Menor is not a great replacement for Eidolon, but could do work in some matchups. Yeah, I mean, I think that's really the issue when it comes down to it. There's a lot of cards that in the right scenario can do something that's similar, but a lot of those cards overall are a lot worse. Well, we'll play... I don't really want to play 2 spells into this Ledger Shredder. It's kind of funny. One thing I've noticed in Pioneer is that I play against Is It more now than before they banned Expressive Iteration. I think Wizards going to have to come around and view cards like Treasure Cruise more skeptically. That's been my impression of Pioneer since the banning. Like, yes, Expressive Iteration is busted and need to go, but somehow Treasure Cruise is busted, but everyone seemed to forgot that. Hey Seth, yesterday I got into a Legacy tournament again. It was a blast. I had a super close, sweet 3-game match against Bant, which I eventually lost by like 1 turn. In game 2, the opponent had a Ponder and a Brainstorm for Miracle and Treat the Angels. In my combat, the turn before I would have been dead. Legacy is so much fun. Like, if you ever get the chance to play Legacy, and it'll probably be online unless you've been playing forever, because the cards are so expensive in paper, but it is just, it's super fun. Every time I get a chance to play Legacy, that's what I come away with is, wow, this is just super fun. Yes, they finally gave us the Force of Negation reprint, which is a big one. That is one of the most important Modern cards they could have reprinted. What do you think they're going to do with Land Cycle? That's the other thing we haven't really seen from this Master set. Opponent has removal. That's something we haven't really seen from this Master set is a land cycle. We've seen some random scattered lands, but we haven't really seen a cycle of lands by any means. I'll play Generator Servant. I don't know about the Thunderkin Awakeners. Okay, opponent has a counter. Well, Steam Vent's tapped. No Mana Dork because Ledger Shredder. I was meaning, yeah, that's true. We do have the bounce lands, but like a rare land cycle. What are the odds we see a Panharmonicon reprint? So we got Panharmonicon in Time Spiral Remastered, which was like a year ago. I should check. What is the current Panhar price? Panharmonicon. So yeah, we got Time Spiral Remastered, the old border one, which is a sweet one. Opponent plays a land. It's like $10, $9 or $10. I mean, it's not impossible. I'm sure it'll come back at some point. I don't know about double masters. Oh, good old Abriel Grazer. we got to see it be good on turn 1, and then we got to see it be sad on turn 4. Elvish Mystic, yo. Fast lands, considering that fetch lands are ruled out, fast lands are my number one request. One thing I've realized lately is Pioneer mana is getting really expensive to do right. Which is, I think, a bit of an, wow, double Delver and a Ledger Shredder, discards a Spell Pierce. Opponent's only got two cards in hand, but we really need to start making progress at some point because our opponent's gonna flip these Delvers and then we die super quick. It's a land. Well, okay, land, play it. Jingatha, I guess. Not that it does. We need these Delvers to not flip. Please, Magic Gods. All right, Jingatha. If these Delvers flip, we're in serious trouble. Mana Confluence would be another good one. But yeah, the Pioneer mana bases, like Pathways are expensive. Fast lands are getting expensive. Shock lands are expensive, and I don't know if the Unfinity reprint's gonna help there. So I've noticed, like, that's been a struggle. A year or two ago, okay, no Delver flip, that's good. A year or two ago, it was pretty easy to build a solid Pioneer budget mana. So many Delvers. A solid Pioneer budget mana base. Now it has gotten a lot trickier. Opponent ops. Okay, we just need our opponent to never flip Delver and we're fine. Then we're fine. We're good. Opponent gets in with Ledger Shredder. Is Ledger Shredder too good? Ledger Shredder, I think, is... unless we decide that Ledger Shredder itself is too good. Wow, if we could actually resolve our stuff, it would be so sweet. Ledger Shredder is part of the reasons I think we need to reevaluate Treasure Cruise. Like, people are always like, oh, it's not, you can't fill your graveyard that easily. Well, in a world of Ledger Shredder, you can fill your graveyard super quickly in Pioneer. Maybe not quite fetch land fast, but it's like, oh, it is still fast. Fetch lands were definitely a mistake, but yeah, here we are. Ooh, why do you consider fetch lands a mistake? Oh, were fetch lands a mistake? Mana symbols don't seem to matter in Modern, especially with triomes. I guess it depends on whether you consider good mana to be a feature or a bug. I think that's what it comes down to. If you think that good mana makes a format better, then I think fetch lands are essential and very important and definitely a good thing to have made. If you think that restrictions on your mana make a format be better, then I think that fetch lands, maybe they were a mistake. They do make mana very easily. Like if you have the optimal mana base, it's very easy to play 3 colors, and it's pretty easy to play 4 and 5 colors. Compare that to something like Standard, where even with like pretty good mana right now, you get punished sometimes by being 3 colors. I mean, there is a cost to triomes. Triomes are not like super staples. A lot of them see play as like one-ofs, but in most decks, you're not playing a ton of triomes because coming into play tapped is a punishment. But it is true that fetching them out is a great way to make sure your mana works. Slow fetches. Yeah, slow fetches could be interesting, like the Mirage cycle. More ways to punish. I mean, more ways to punish extra land drops is a neat idea. The problem is they gotta be not narrow. Like, if you just jam them on really narrow effects, we saw that with the Blue Enchantment, who was so bad I don't even remember the name of it anymore. It has a couple of C's in its name. That was supposed to punish extra land drops in Standard. Confounding Conundrum, maybe. But it just wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough at all. But it needs to be attached to, like, a playable creature. It needs to be attached to something. An ETB, draw a card. Cantrip when it enters the battlefield. And I guess Conundrum actually did cantrip, but it was a 2-mana blue enchantment. So it's got to be more powerful than that, I think. Ooh, let me see, Dylan. All right, so how do we do this? Opponents looted so much. I'm really afraid of getting this Coco countered. Hmm. Spell Pierce we can play around. I gotta pay 4. An opponent's been leaving this mana religiously. Well, play Thunderkin. Pass the turn. We need enchantments to turn fetch lands into mountains. Like, how could you hate on fetch lands? I mean, the ship has definitely sailed on getting rid of fetch lands. Whether or not they're a mistake or not, like, it's happening. There's no doubt about it. Like, they exist. They're not going to get banned in Modern. They're not going to get banned in Legacy. But is there a way we could hate on them to make them less powerful? All right, Delvers. Please no. Okay, no Delver flipping. That's a tiny bit of good news. It's not impossible if this Coco resolves that we could combo off land for our opponent. Gets Jengatha. Still always leaving up that 2 mana. I think they all right, do we cast it? Do we cast it, chat? Do we cast it? They've been leaving up 2 mana every single turn. They have not missed a single turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I mean, I guess if we draw land, we could pay for it. The problem is if they do have it, then wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's wait 1 more turn, because if we draw land, then we should be able to resolve. Florahedron, eh? Good old Florahedron. MDFC problems. Well, okay. So go to combat, hit you with Jengatha. Next turn, we can resolve the Coco. We can resolve the Coco, even through our opponent's potential counters. Get in with Jengatha, hit ya. Grinning Angus. All right. We're trying to do it next turn. We need a good collecting company. Pass the turn. About it. Untaps. No flip. No flip. No flip. Okay, no flip. No flip. Oh, staying alive. Staying alive. Opponent does not flip. We've gotten lucky with these Delvers 3 turns in a row. Opponent. All the Storm Giants. Taps out. Okay, this is it. This is it. This is it. We just need a little bit of luck. We just need a little bit of Coco luck. We got the Ingus. We need the Risen Reef. We need a Burgee or a Steamkin. We draw Stomping Grounds. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Collected Company. Okay, Steamkin, Risen Reef. This should work, right? Put him into play. Any order. So we should be able to draw our deck. Risen Reef. Oh, there's a Burgee too. Okay. Risen Reef. Another. Wow, we were almost had the Burgee. Okay, so. Pick up Ingus. Recast it. Counter on the Steamkin. Opponent gets to do some shredding. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Trigger Risen Reef. Oh, this is sweet. There's all of our combo pieces. Pick up Ingus. Is there a way we can get down Burgee? If we get down Burgee, then we have infinite mana. Trigger. Arboreal Grazer. Okay. Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Pick up Angus. Replay it. So we get mana from the Steam Kid. Get a trigger. put the land into play. Okay, so now we get 3 mana here. So we play Burgee. Get a counter on the Steam Kid. Jengatha. There we go. Pick it up. Arboreal Grazer. Play it with the green mana. And now we're infinite. Yes! Oh, we're gonna do it. It's happening. It's working. All right, no lands. That's fine. We have a new donation from mid-combo donation. I appreciate it. All right. Grinning Angus. Now we get to put our entire deck into play, and we have infinite mana. Risen Reef. So now we just need to find a way to actually close out the game. Pick up the Ingus. Oh, this is actually pretty sweet. This is pretty sweet. Replay the Ingus. Unfortunately, we've got to click these mana symbols a ridiculous amount of times. Yeah. Counters. Pick them up. Trigger. Now we can get down Hazoret's Monument. Counters off the Steamkin. Hazoret's Monument for even more looting. 1, 2, and 3. New donation from Dan Wildfire. $2 donation. Didn't see Jengatha earlier, or I would have said something. Filter lands were great with Jengatha. Might be better than the MDFCs in this deck. Ooh, yeah, filter lands are good with Jengatha. You were correct. Although they're not legal in Pioneer. Maybe Pioneer's a weird format for this deck. But yeah, there's been a few things that people have suggested that sound really sweet for the deck, but technically are not Pioneer legal. They'd work in Modern. Although in Modern you got to deal with a lot of free interaction. All right, so we get to loot, discard the Grazer. Oh, another Risen Reef. So now we're just looking for... Wow. Okay, so this does take a few clicks. So now we're just looking for a finisher. We just need the burn spell to actually close out the game. So we're super duper infinite mana. Super infinite card draw. Discard. Coco. Trigger. Elvish Mystic. Well, keep it going. Oh, we have so many donations. Thank you so much, everyone. Another new donation from the Great Destroyer. Hey, Seth. As far as lands are concerned, in Double Masters 2, there are 15 lands, and we've seen 14 so far. Only 1 left between Cavern and Dimir, Aqueduct, probably City of Brass. Wait, really? Oh, that's disappointing. So there's no rare land cycle? That makes me sad. Oh, I was really, really, really hoping that we'd get a good rare land cycle. All right, remove the count. This does take a few clicks, doesn't it? There might be a few clicks involved with this combo. We're going to be in a position to go infinite should we ever... I mean, eventually we're going to find the burn spell, right? The burn spell is in our deck, so we know we're going to find it. Once we find it, we win. Tangled Floral Hedron. Our opponent, I think most opponents would just scoop, but I guess our opponent doesn't know how we're actually killing them. Thank you so much for the donation, Doug and Great Destroyer. That disappoints me. City of Brass is fine, but City of Brass isn't Pioneer legal. Like, why not Mana Confluence? If you want to reprint that card, why not Mana Confluence instead of City of Brass? Because Mana Confluence actually sees play in Pioneer. City of Brass doesn't really see play anywhere, like, not significant play anywhere. So I feel like, I don't know, Wizards make some weird decisions with their reprints that I'm not sure I fully agree with. Are they trying to clock us? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the plan. This is, okay, we got to auto yield. We got to do some auto yielding here because we're taking way too long. Auto yield. Discard a Burgee. All these MDFCs make discarding take a long time. Remove the counters. Get the Ingus. I mean, we are going to hit it. We know we're going to hit it. Oh, there it is. Ha ha. We have a surprise for you, Fred. All right, Devilish Valet comes down. Hello. We will discard a land. We will get a Devilish Valet. We will play a Grinning Angus. We will get some triggers. We will grow the Angus. We'll discard the land. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be so good. Get some triggers. Valet, doubling up to 2 power. Okay, we got to do this a few times. Just a few. All right, Risen Reef, Hazard Monument. Devilish Valet triggers. Thunderkin Awakener might as well. Play it. Grow the Valet. Get a bunch of triggers. 4 power. Discard the Risen Reef. Okay, trigger. We're getting there. Is our opponent really trying to time us out? That's such a annoying way to try to win a game. Okay, Elvish Mystic. Trigger. Make back a mana. Discard the Monument. 8 power. Remove the counters. Angus. Play it. Scoop opponent. Actually, if our opponent doesn't scoop, we're just going to see how big we make this. Should we see how big we can make a Devilish Valet? If our opponent refuses to scoop, do we refuse to win? And just grow Devilish Valet as big as we can? That seems kind of fitting, right? All right. Trigger, Gritting Angus. What do you say, chat? Do we win or do we just keep going? I will let you decide. Your call, chat. I mean, we got 9 minutes on our clock. 15 cards in our deck. I guess we are capped by the cards in our deck. Runaway Steamkin. Look at the card. All right, play Steamkin. Get some triggers. I mean, I guess we're going to be capped by the amount of cards in our deck anyway, so the fun's going to end. Oh, there's a Light Up the Night, too. Get some triggers. Okay. Oh, there's another Valet. Okay. We got 2 Valets. We gotta, I mean, if we got 2 Valets, we gotta play the second one. We can't go with just one. We're going to win, though. We are going to win here in a minute. Discard the Burgee. I mean, we got a little lucky that our opponent never flipped the Delver, I think. Remove the counters. Angus. Pick it up. Pick it up. Seth, you got what you wished for. You got Forced Negation. Yeah, that is actually like a really big one for Modern. That was one of the reprints we needed most. Hey, what's up, Madari? How are you? Good to see you. 11 cards in the deck. Discard a Risen Reef. Draw a land. Grinning Angus. Double Devilish Valet. Okay, I guess we should win now. Land into play. This was pretty sweet, though. And now we'll Light Up the Night. Get rid of the Ledger Shredder. Send a message. Yeah, kill that. Just because. Because our opponent refuses to scoop. Is it big enough? How big is it? 256? Not quite big enough. It doubles so much now. Once you get to this point, every creature you play is just like so impactful with Devilish Valet because you're getting hundreds of power each time. Jesus Zilla, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big skip for you. Thank you. Double it. Put the land into play. 8 cards in the deck. Angus? Hey, what's up, Two Bluefin? I've never said that I had a problem with winning more, just so it's clear. I'm a big fan of winning more, actually. When it comes down to it, given the choice, I would rather win more. Someone in chat said we should keep going. Just so it's clear, this is on chat. I mean, there's only 5 cards in our deck, so this isn't going to go on for that much longer because we are running out of cards in our deck. Okay, 4 cards. We could stop looting if we wanted to, but trigger. Actually, no, we could do this forever, couldn't we? Oh, we could actually, because Risen Reef isn't draw. So there's actually there's no cap to this because we're not actually drawing cards. We're not actually drawing cards. We're just revealing cards and putting them in our hand. So we actually wouldn't mill out. If we stopped doing Hazoret's Monument, we could just do this literally until we run out of time. But instead, we'll just do it till we run out of cards. I mean, 4,000 power is pretty good. I don't know. I don't think Moto will break. I think Moto would just keep going. I mean, the other way to look at this is perhaps we're already going to run out of time, so we might as well have as much fun in these next 5 minutes as possible because there's no way we're going to win the future games anyway. You want to see it? All right. Let's, for the sake of science, how big are we? 8,000. How fast can we do this, though? Can we do this? I guess we're just going to do this for science. You want to see? All right, let's see. We're so close. We're so close. We're going to do it for science at this point. We won't do this every game. I promise. In future games, if we get the combo, we will not do this. We'll just do it properly and kill our opponent. So this won't be every game, but one time we'll go as far as we can and just accept that we're going to lose. We're going to lose this match to the clock. All right, how big can we get it? Can we get it big enough in time is the question. We're up to 16,000 power. We play Runaway Steamkin. Up to 32,000 power. 4 minutes on the clock. The funny thing is we're in a league, so our opponent, they're probably a little salty, but they don't want to scoop because it actually matters. What do you think is the best designed tribe in Magic? Ooh, elves. Elves have a really solid identity. They're powerful enough that they see play in many different formats, but they're not so powerful that they actually break any formats. I think elves or merfolk is probably the best design. Worst design, humans, by far. Oh, goblins is a good one too. Goblins, I guess I like the OG tribes that have been around and have their own identity. Merfolk have an identity. Goblins have a pretty solid identity. I do not like humans as a tribe. I feel like there are too many humans and they don't have any identity. It's just like, hey, we put the creature type on everything. Elementals is sweet. Elementals is one of my favorite tribes, but are they the best design? I feel like elementals have gotten a little bit broken recently with the Modern Horizons 2 stuff. Wizards is powerful. They can be, slivers. I really wonder if we'll get slivers back. Slivers could return in Dominaria, right? How are we doing on power? 262144. How close are we to the integer limit? How long do we have to? Are we gonna run out of time without actually seeing it? That would be depressing. All right, we got to focus on being fast. We got to focus on being as fast as possible. Clicking is fast. Okay, I'm not gonna pay attention to the chat. We got to get to the integer limit. If we do all this and don't actually get there, then this defeats the entire purpose of this. Of these 10 minutes of our lives. It all was for nothing. We don't want it to go to waste. All right, remove the counters. Remove the counters. Remove the counters. Thank you for sitting through this, opponent. My apologies. Grinning Angus. Cast it. 2 minutes, 51 seconds. I mean, we're going to run out of time. Can we hit the integer limit? How many characters do we need to hit the limit? Can we do this in a faster way? We just got to click on so many triggers. And Moto's getting laggy now. All right, pick up Ingus. Maybe we do them all at once. It'll be faster. Pick up Ingus. We got enough mana. Pick up Ingus. Pick up Ingus. Replay Ingus. The floating mana is really slowing us down. Oh my god. Trigger. And these triggers. A million triggers. No. Watch me accidentally click yes. Accidentally click yes and loot and die after all this. Click. Triggers. Burgie. Monument. Steam Kids. No. More triggers. Oh, another. Okay, 154. I don't know if we're going to make it. Angus. It's taking a lot of time to go through each one of these loops. Way too much time. Oh, at least now the Steam can stop triggering. That's something. That's gonna speed it up slightly. All right, click. Angus, click, click. 1 minute 32 seconds. How are we doing? How are we doing? It's big. It is big. Is it big enough? 126. Trigger, trigger. Pick 'em up. 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 111. Oh, we're not gonna get there, are we? Yeah, I feel bad for our opponent. Ooh, I would not blame our opponent for being slightly salty about this. I apologize. I apologize, Instant Q. Chat made me do it. Chat made me do it. It's chat's fault. 49 seconds. Oh my god, we're not going to get there. No. Too many triggers. Too many triggers. Put them on the stack. Angus, 40 seconds. We're really running out of time. No. Resolve. Triggers, 29 seconds. I don't know if we can do any more. We might get this one down. What is the integer limit? Are we close? Are we close? 2 digits off? Oh my god. No. Oh, we're not going to get there. We're not going to get there. Pick them up. Oh, too many triggers. Too many triggers. Ah! Was this all for nothing? Pick up the Angus. 11 seconds. Replay it. This is where we die. 8 seconds. Triggers. No. Oh, triggers. Oh. Oh. Did it do it? Did we do it? I tried to. I was too greedy. We went one too many. Wow. Should I say good game to our opponent? And thanks. Okay. The whole 0-1 loss. I mean, that was impressive. Oh, maybe this deck is not a good digital deck. Needed 2 more. Yeah. Well, we're not doing that again. Even for science. That was tedious. What's your opinion about Velomachus Neoform and Pioneer Restart Moto? Restarting Moto is probably not the worst idea, actually. Now that you mention it, that probably is wise. Avert your eyes. Actually, the desktop's fine. Not that dirty. Would it be better on Arena? We know that Arena just caps you. We already did Devilish Valet as big as it gets. Oh, that Moto music. I don't think that's the right password. All right. Maybe the right one. Dirty Desktop has no space for another icon. Yeah, wise Moto players turn it off, but for some reason when Moto updates, it sometimes turns the startup music back on. Boy, have you ever heard Moto with sound effects? I believe every single Magic Online player turns them off. I would turn them on to show you, but I think my head would explode in about one match. They're so annoying. Really, it's so bad. Oh, really? That desktop is a deal breaker? I'm telling you, that's a clean desktop. By my standards, that's a clean desktop. All right, no more of that. Thank you for sitting through that, chat. My apologies. Oh, actually, I saw this on Twitter. I was curious. I thought the stuff like this always goes around on Twitter, but I thought they could be some good chat questions. Some of them are kind of boring, but some of them are kind of interesting. Like for example, what is your dream job, chat? What is your dream job? I mean, I can answer that pretty easily because outside of I don't know, president of Earth, I really like my job. I think I already got there. I think I already got there accidentally. Content creator gold. Like seriously, it's a sweet job. I'm right there with you, Doug. I'm right there with you. Game designer. I wonder. I've always wondered about that. Would I be good at being a game designer? Maybe. Maybe not. I think if it was a Magic like game, I think I could do all right with it. But if you're gonna throw me into like I don't know, Fortnite or League of Legends or something like that, no way. Is a rich person who gets to travel and grind MTG tournaments a job? I mean, yeah, that counts. It's your dream. I don't think anyone could tell you no and your answer is wrong to this question. So yeah, that actually sounds like a sweet job. Who owns Goldfish? Richard is the owner and founder of Goldfish. Ooh, I want to be a professor. There was a time when I considered that. What would you be a professor of, Bias Jim? If I was going to be a professor, I think I'd be a professor of philosophy would be interesting. Economics. The problem is economics is something that I got interested in after I finished college. So I didn't actually take all the classes. Ooh, medieval history or philosophy? Medieval history I have no idea about. Hey, thank you, Yaku-san. I appreciate the kind words. Good to see you. Good to see you. A professor of mathematics. Run my own print shop. That would be cool. What would you print? Like print shop like books or like shirts? Counterfeit Magic cards. There's so many things you could print these days. Does Magic have anything to do with your desire of owning a print shop? Is it so you can print good proxies? Is that it, Big Kenny? Is that the plan? I would not blame you. That would actually be sweet. Just don't make them counterfeits. Yeah, that sounds fine. I think we've lost every die roll. So we have turn 1, Elf. Just kidding. We do not have turn 1 Elf. Oh, we do have turn 1 Elf. All right, land on green, Elvish Mystic. Oh, heroic. Well, we're just going to have to combo. We're going to have to combo Village Idiot. Village Idiot does seem like a good gig. Dan Wildfire, $2 donation. Oh, Reckless Rage. One day you'll learn the joys of folders and sorting your data. All of my files for videos are in a separate folder, sorted by type of video, whether or not they are completed or in progress. Oh, so organized, Doug. I gotta ask you, Doug, thank you for the donation. Are your files also named in a logical manner? That's my second question. Do your files have like proper file names? Normally, I remember this because I did a while ago. Wow, this was a few years ago now. Prof did a video and had a bunch of people like say a line that he was mashing them all together. So he asked me to say a line and I didn't think about it, but I'm so used to just like key mashing my file names. So I just kind of like, I don't know, haphazardly slam my fingers on the keys and that's the name of it. So I sent it to Prof with that name and he found it. He found it pretty interesting. Not very professional, probably. Actively working to become a professor in vocal pedagogy. What is vocal pedagogy? Vocal pedagogy. It sounds interesting. What is a vocal? I'm confused. Confused by that title. Hey, I'm doing well, Achilles guy. How are you? Opponent. What do we get spoiler wise? Anything good? Darksteel Plate, Arachnus Spinner. Arachnus Spinner, Arachnus Web is cool and limited. I remember drafting the core set that synergy was in, and it was pretty sweet to get the spider and try to draft some web. So it is kind of like a cool limited thing. I'm glad it's uncommon instead of rare at this point. That's kind of fun for limited though. Darksteel Plate, do people still play Darksteel Plate? I feel like Darksteel Plate is one of those cards that like a few years ago, it was almost a commander staple, but now it doesn't really see nearly as much play. Opponent. Got home from work, now starts 4-day vacation. Ooh, sweet. Hey, what's up, Donos? How are you? Good to see you, good to see ya. Are you doing Vegas, Tanos? I don't know if you already told me this. Down to 16. Hey Seth, did you enjoy Stranger Things? Did you thought of the MTG cards when you saw Vecna? I haven't seen the most recent season. Actually, I watched the first season of Stranger Things and liked it. I started watching the second season of Stranger Things and it was okay, but I kind of like started to lose a little bit of interest. And then I pretty much gave up from there. So I have not seen, I don't even know, is it on season 4 now? 5? I have many seasons to catch up on. So I have not actually seen the most recent ones or even close. Classical voice with an emphasis on anatomy, and that's why in singing and the house and why of singing. Interesting. Are you a singer then? It's Po Jumley. Norin the Legendary. Ooh, working on some Bard Clash shenanigans. Sweet. Look at Ragavan's price. It's like half that deck. All right, so how can we get out of this? We have 3 mana. We have the Monument. The problem is if they can target this with something, which is what their deck does, it's so bad for us. But I think we have to play Hazaret's Monument. Step 1. I mean, there's a chance we just die this turn, which is super frightening. Steam Vents, untapped. Runaway Steamkin, loot away the Monument. I mean, if our opponent can't interact or kill us, I think we win next turn. We draw a Mountain. Well, all right. You are go, opponent. Don't interact or kill us, please. Opponent. All lands. All land hand. All land hand. Hey, what's up, dude, bro, man guy? My dream job would be a project engineer to design industrial equipment in college right now. That sounds sweet. Oh, opponent. Oh, another Reckless Rage. All right. Awkward. Very awkward, opponent. So we're missing a piece to go infinite. Our opponent, all the Reckless Rages in the world, goes to combat. Gets in to hit us. Sure. Opponent hits us down to 9. Oh, that's super sweet. Barbershop Quartet. That seems like it'd be fun to do. The harmonies are sweet. All right, come on. Oh, another Monument. Okay. So, well, play the Angus. Loot away the Monument. Burgee. Oh, we're so close. Wait, does this work? Play the land. Burgee. Oh my goodness, I think we can steal. No. So now we have infinite mana. Oh, I think we got it. Wow, that was fortunate. Ingus. Cast it. Trigger. Always yield. Always yield. No. Oh, this deck takes so many clicks. All right, so we do this a few thousand times, and then our opponent dies. So we got the win. We are somehow going to win this game. This is turn 4. This is a turn 4 Infinite Pioneer. And we would have won that last game, too, if we didn't intentionally time out. Like, if we didn't time out trying to hit the integer limit, we would have won the last one. So maybe this deck does kind of work in a really roundabout, lot of clicky sort of way. Do you think it would combo faster on Arena? So I guess you would combo faster, but then you also have the turn clock. So you would run out of time faster. Ingus, bounce it, pick it up, put it down, make a mana. So we need to get to 21 mana to win the game with Light Up the Night. Yep. I mean, we're gonna do it. This is happening, and it's not gonna take that long, but there is no option to always know the Monument for some reason. I wish we could. That would speed things up. I'm not sure why. Not sure why that's not an option. All right, trigger. Opponent asked what the win con was. We'll see. Maybe they scoop. Opponent might scoop. Told him light up the night was the win con. We'll see. Angus. Pick it up. I mean, this also, the cool thing about this combo is it also does let us loot through our entire deck. So we know we're going to hit the win con. So this is deterministically a win. Ha. This might not be the best streaming deck though, because there's so many clicks. I play a simpler build at Historic. It seems faster out of Rita. Do you ever time out though? Like, is the turn clock an issue at all? I've done a bit of UX stuff, so hearing too many clicks really resonates with me. I wonder, is there any way to solve this? I don't know programming. I don't know UX stuff. Like, is there... Yeah, thank you. Thank you, opponent. Is there any way around this? If you know more about this than I do, like, could Moto or Arena somehow shortcut combos? Or is that just a downside of digital magic, essentially, and you just there's no way around it. It just is what it is. There is a way, so it would technically be possible to be able to set up a combo and loop it or whatever, shortcut it. Oh, I wish they would do that. That would be on both Arena and Moto. Like, do it both places. Oh, it'd be make so many decks like this so much sweeter. There's actually, we've been doing those Smarter Scummy shorts. And there's a really interesting one. Let's do a Smarter Scummy live, because this deck made me think of it. So this is a Moto Smarter Scummy. And if you've never seen the Smarter Scummy shorts, the idea is basically to talk about a Magic play that was controversial and decide whether it was a smart way to steal a win or a scummy, unethical line. So here's the situation. It's the Magic Online Championship. Player A is playing Heliod combo. If you don't know Heliod combo, it's a deck that can gain infinite life with Heliod and Spike Feeder. The problem is, much like the deck we're playing right now, it takes a lot of clicks. Like, you can't really gain infinite life because you're gonna run out of time. So player A is playing the Magic Online Championship. He talks to his opponent and they say, how about we just shortcut this combo? I will not put us through all the hassle of all the clicks to gain infinite life if you take and agree not to kill me with damage. And player B says, okay, that's fine. So the game goes along. They get down near the end of the game. Player B realizes they're about to run out of time. They got like 2 minutes on their clock, and there is no way they're going to be able to actually win if they abide by the agreement. So player B untaps, swings in with their board of creatures, kills player A, who could have gained infinite life earlier in the game, but didn't based on the agreement. That's, yeah, that one... We've had a lot that people have been on the fence about, and we had one, the pen trick. Pretty much everyone agreed that one was not scummy. Most people at least, seemed fine with the pen trick. That one seems pretty scummy. That's like directly... At the same time, like, what if it was a Commander game? Take that same situation. You're playing Commander with your friends. And you make a deal. I won't do this. I will do this. I won't kill you. And then something changes. Someone else at the table does something big and scary. And you're like, oh no, I think I got to kill this person now. So you kill the person you said you wouldn't kill. Scummy? Still scummy? Like, our promises, I mean, I think of it, I try to abide my deals in Commander, but I've also played with people, if you watch like the early seasons of Commander Clash with Jake had no qualms about breaking deals. Like, Jake would tell you something and then do the direct opposite and then say, I lied. And while I could never get myself to do that, I mean, it is a way to increase your win rate, and it's not technically breaking the rules. It kind of makes you a jerk, I think, but I mean, I guess, and that's the other argument is, I guess you just shouldn't make deals. Like, yeah, that's kind of how I treat it. If someone does that in Commander and then backstabs me, next time there's discussion of making a deal, I'm not gonna trust you. I'm just gonna assume that you're probably trying to dupe me again. All right, let's kill the Swift Spear. Gonna be close. We got the Burgee, we got the Ingus. We need our opponent not to have Reckless Rages. Outright lying is cheating. There's so many gray areas though. There's no F word quite like friends. Oh, it's like that cake song. Friend is a 4-letter word. The Commander Clash theme song. Hey, thank you, the Rev. Yeah, that was pretty sweet that it actually came together. The greatest differences between Commander and Smartest Coming cases, one is casual play, one is tournament play with rewards. Should that matter? Does that matter? Does the fact that there's rewards on the line, casual versus competitive, like, if something's unethical, shouldn't it be unethical in both scenarios? Or is the context that important? I mean, I kind of view it, it's got to be the same, right? I mean, at the same time, though, like something like takebacks or something, or even like the pen trick. If you did the pen trip to a new player at a pre-release, I would probably think you're kind of a jerk. If you do the pen trick to another pro at a pro tour, I'll probably consider it to be all part of the game and maybe even applaud you for giving it a go. So I guess context has to matter to some extent, but I think if it's a direct lie, it's probably, regardless of context, it's probably just scummy. Oh, Reckless Rage. Yeah, these favorite hoplites are hopping in for a lot of damage here. This deck's kind of scary. The pen trick. You can find out about it on the YouTube, but the pen trick is it's a bluff essentially, where you want your opponent to attack you. So the way you try to incentivize them to attack you is to, in Paper Magic, reach over and pick up your pen, like you're about to change your life total, which kind of subtly sends a message, I don't got anything, you're not saying that, you're not lying, but you're just, reach over like you're about to change your life total, and your opponent will hopefully think, oh, they got nothing, they got no tricks, I might as well just slam with my whole team, and then you set your pen down and flash in your thing or cast your removal spell or whatever. Kind of similar. What about the good game emote? That's another good one. I might have to do a short about the good game emote, because the good game emote, Charlie to Strike, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. The good game Settle the Wreckage. That's essentially the pen trick in digital, but it's a little more like you're actually saying good game. You're doing it with an emo. With a pen trick, you're not actually saying anything. With a pen trick, all you're doing is moving your body. Like, how can anyone, how can you be considered to be lying just by picking up your pen? You could be picking up your pen to, I don't know, you didn't like how it was sitting, or you want to make a note of something, whatever. Good game, I guess that's true. Good game does not technically mean the game is over, although colloquially, I think a lot of people in Magic do take it that way. Like, if someone says good game to me, I guess you have some people on Arena that just spam it all game. But in general, if someone says good game, I tend to think that means the player's saying the game is over. Yeah, I remember LSV with a token, right? Against Javier, I want to say. Yeah, I tend to... Well, I mute. Once someone starts annoying me, I mute. I don't remember to mute from the start of the game. But once someone starts just spamming emotes, I'll mute him. Good game's definitely a gotcha. The good game emote trick. Oh, no green mana. Double Risen Reef. We have not drawn many runaways, many Risen Reefs this deck. Ooh. All right. Well, go Risen Reef, I guess. Hazoret's Monument to the bottom. Well, we'll see. We can draw some cards. We'll see if that's enough. Opponent's deck can be pretty aggressive. Good game on Arena is meaningless. So you think that trick's just fine then? The saying good game to try to get your opponent to attack because you have a Settle the Wreckage. Not scummy? Hey, what's up, little guy? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Also, a reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. I will make a bad track and say, oops, emo, when I need them to block. Like, I swing my 2-2 and my 5-5 and say, oops, and they block, and then I bold it. Works almost every time. I mean, to me, that doesn't seem unfair. It's deceptive, but isn't that the equivalent of, like, bluffing in paper, essentially? About as close to bluffing as you can get. Come on, no Hoplites. This Hoplite is endlessly problematic, I will say. Well, Spire Bluff Canal, Tangle Floral Hedron, go. A little scummy. Yeah, scummy. A little scummy. It is using something that's outside of just the cards on the battlefield to try to get an advantage. So I can see how it could come across as a bit scummy. I mean, you can't avoid it by keeping emotes off. That is also true. Monastery, Schwiffspear, and Reckless Rage. Kill your mana dork. Every time. I feel like our opponents had this essentially the same draw every game. So many Reckless Rages. Never, there is only one Reckless Rage. It's not like a lightning strike or something where there's a million versions of it. Always got it. Richard at mtdgoldfish.com. We'll go to Richard. Opponent hits us to 16, thanks to their Reckless Rage. Well, Risen Reef. Into Stomping Grounds. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Bluffing is fine, lying is fine. So long as you don't actively cheat, it's fine. Scummy, yeah, for sure. But I'm gonna grab a pen and reach for my life total like I don't have Settle every time. Whew. So the interesting part of that is lying is fine. I don't know if I would agree with that. I think I would I mean, I guess it depends on how you... I love Risen Reef, too. Risen Reef's such a sweet card. I guess it depends on what you consider a lie. Is reaching for your pen a lie? I would say no. It's deceptive, but I would not consider that a lie. I would consider it manipulative, deceptive, but I wouldn't consider that a lie. I think that actually lying is unethical. I think that's across the line. Monument. Well, I guess we cast another Risen Reef. Burgie. Spire Bluff. Tapland. I don't know if we remain alive, though. We're getting the sweet Risen Reef value, but does any of this matter? Do we just die here? Opponent. 2 lands, a big board. 10th District Legionnaire is coming back at common, too. Opponent. That better not be a Oh, Ancestral Anger. Okay. Grows the Dorks. Yep. Oh, another land. Oh, we're probably dying here. Opponent goes to combat. This is so bad, but we gotta do it. Oh, all right, we'll block. If we don't block, we're gonna die for sure. Like, any spell would just kill us. All right, so drop to 5. Is there any way? Soulscar Mage. Opponent passes. Pathway, not helpful. No elementals. No card draw. Oh, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, this isn't good. Play Hazaret's Monument. Play Burgie. Discard Devilish Valet. It's a land. Opponent is so aggressive. Telling your opponent you don't have a counter and then countering a spell is a lie. Reaching for a pen or a token without tapping or announcing game action is not a lie. Yeah, that's mostly how I view it. There's a difference between being deceptive and outright lying, I think. Also, it's worth mentioning that outright lying about the game state is against the rules. Like, that is actually cheating. An example of this would be, what was the example that I heard recently? Okay, so your opponent says, how big is your Tarmogoyf? Because they're trying to count up their graveyard, and you say it's a 5/6 when you know it's a 6/7. That is actually against the rules of the game. That is actually just straight up against the rules and cheating, and you will get DQ'd or whatever for doing that. If you make a mistake, then that would obviously be different, but you can't intentionally misrepresent the game state of public information. If your opponent said, do you have Tarmogoyf in hand, you obviously don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that truthfully, because that's not public information. But it has been a minute since we mana tithe, hasn't it? We're about due for a tithe in. We gotta play a modern mana tithe deck, maybe. So this deck, how did someone 5-0 with this? I don't know if I believe someone 5-0'd with this deck. It's funny, but it feels like an against the odds deck more than a truly competitive option. I don't know, maybe we're playing it wrong somehow. All right, what's another good question? Ooh, okay. What artist do you really like? So I guess this would include music, whatever. What artist do you really like but rarely admit to liking? So like guilty pleasure artists, basically. Yeah, I don't know how this got a 5-0. I bought 2 Double Masters boxes, 1 collector, 1 draft. I'll let you know what my pulls are. Oh, good luck, Magikarp. I haven't bought any yet. Spice Girls. Oh, for me, it might be Billie Eilish. I don't know. Does that even count? Is Billie Eilish too good? Is that even an unpopular opinion? Katy Perry. Katy Perry's got some okay songs. Drake. I don't really know much Drake. Disturbed. Okay, you listened to Disturbed a long time ago. Yeah, maybe Billie Eilish is too. It's not my typical style of music, but maybe it's too good. Offspring. I mean, isn't Offspring actually I just unironically think Offspring is a pretty well regarded band, especially if you're like a punk fan. So yeah, I wouldn't have any problem telling someone I liked The Offspring. They're not like one of my favorite bands, but like Backstreet Boys. You gotta keep them separated. Now you got me on Offspring songs. I was Nickelback. Oh no. Okay. What is the one? Puddle of Mud. I would never admit that to anyone. I don't really like Puddle of Mud as a band, but that one song is catchy. The She Hates Me song, it's just it's just a catchy song. It's just a catchy song. Lord Rannington, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Nickelback, yeah, Nickelback is that's shameful. That's some Bieber. I could not actually name a Justin Bieber song. A catchy song doesn't make you. So maybe that's true. I could not tell you another Puddle of Mud song, but that one song is kind of catchy. There's a lot of artists I like that I don't tell people about, usually just because they won't know who they are and look at you like you're a little bit crazy because they've never heard of them. Wow, we're gonna get hard stomped this game. I think we've lost every single die roll this league. I'm pretty sure we have lost every single die roll. Hey, what's up, Gwangi? How are you? Bloodhound Gang. I recently, somehow was recommended one of their music videos on YouTube, the Nothing But Mammals, whatever, Discovery Channel. I don't even know the actual name of the song. I'm sure you know what one what one I'm talking about. I watched the video and I know I've saw it, a million years ago, back in the day, and didn't think anything of it. I watched it recently. It is very sexual assaulty. Like through the lens of 20, like I'm sure I watched in the 90s and was just like, they're dressed like monkeys. But then I watch it now, I was like, wow, that is actually a little like slightly a little bit disturbing. I had totally forgot about the song in the band. I was like, wow, I do not think that would be a video that would be made today. I'm going to age myself here. Anyone remember Columbia House in BMG, CDs in the mail? Yes, I always thought they were a scam. So my parents would never let me get them because they always, and maybe it was some sort of gotcha thing where they're trying to lock you into something. But I do remember those mail-in services. Actually, I remember when I was a kid, I was thinking about this recently. You know how like daily fantasy sports is pretty popular now, like fan duels and all that stuff. But I remember like early when I was a kid, there was like a phone version of that where you would have to take in, if we live, we might be able to combo next turn. There was like a phone version where you would have to like call an 800 number to choose your players, and pay so much money for choosing your players, obviously. And they did it all through the phone. Speaking of like old 90s stuff that is not a thing anymore. Have you seen the Ballad of Chassis Lane music video? I don't know what that is. I don't know the song or the band. Who is Ballad of Chassis Lane by? Ooh, Black Eyed Peas. Okay. Outkast? Is Outkast shameful? I do like Outkast. Maybe Outkast is just like old popular hip hop. I'm dying? Why do you think I'm dying, Turnleaf? Opponent gets in, hits us. I should look at my, let's see. What is shameful on my playlist? What do I have under, let's see, where's just like what's on here? Let's see. Good music. Oh, this is a lot of old stuff. Velvet Underground, that's fine. I don't think anyone would get to Ween. A lot of people, I mean, I tell everyone I like Ween though. Yeah, there's nothing. Cake, maybe. Ween. Yeah, that's a tough one. Maybe I don't have any good answers to this one. Oh, what? Maybe like probably some emo. Oh, probably some emo music. That's probably the best one for me. Oh, like Taking Back Thursday, or like one of those like emo bands that I was super into when I was I was super into like forever ago, and whenever one of the songs come on, they're still just like, oh, they're so catchy. They're still like in my head, and I still just like sing along. It's gotta be one of those. It's gotta be the correct answer. Can we win from here? I think so. We should be able to win, right? So we play this on red. We play Burgie. Wow, opponent's stomping us, but I mean, I guess this shows the power of the deck. Like, the deck can just combo off out of nowhere and win the game. I don't think our opponent can interact with this. So now we just Ingus, infinite mana, draw through our deck, find the burn spell, close out the game. Oh, Taking Back Thunder and did I put them both together? They're kind of from the same era. Or maybe like Dashboard Confessional. There's actually a Dashboard Confessional concert coming up not that far from me. And I don't think I would actually go to a Dashboard Confessional concert, but that's like peak emo right there. Dashboard Confessional. I think Rocket Raga could be a fun commander to build around. I would build a Rocket Raga deck. All right. Well, now we do this for a while. What makes a band emo? I don't even know. I just think of it. I mean, I think it means emotional, right? I think, but it was like a real extremely popular genre at one point. Is emo still a thing? Are there still do kids these days listen to emo? Is that still a genre? Or is this just like boomer music at this point? I associate it with like early 2000s. Like I think that was like the peak of the emo scene. A bench list. We got through that game. That was pretty impressive. Episode 4. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super here. Thank you. What is a modern? Wait, Mana Drain in the set? Whoa. We got spoilers. All right, hang on. Mana Drain. So Wizards was saving some good stuff. Oh, I don't see Mana Drain. I see a Force Negation. Maybe we haven't got it uploaded yet. Force Negation's big. Yeah, I don't see anything new since we got the Spider. I mean, the value of the set's looking solid. Mana Drain is in? Wait. It's got to be Mythic, right? Is this real? Oh, you're right. You are right. Mana Drain back at Mythic. I mean, that's a good one. That's a really, really good one. Okay. I mean, it's a commander card still, but not gonna complain about that. That's another really expensive card. Why didn't Wizards split up the reprints a little bit more? Why? Ooh, Imperial Archangel down to... I've always wanted to build Imperial Archangel against the odds. I want to build it. I don't think it's really possible to make it work, but I want to build a deck where you just like put a pariah on it. Or no, make it indestructible. It already has a pariah on it. So you just try to make it indestructible and protect it, and all the damage that goes to you goes to Archangel, but they can't die. I've never actually made it work, but it seems like it could be funny. I will say, I've criticized Wizards quite a bit for bumping cards in rarity. You see like Force of Will go from uncommon to Mythic. You see Dockside Extortionist go up to Mythic. So, and I think that's fair criticism. I think that the number of cards going up in rarity is a fair criticism. That said, I will say there's a lot of cards in this set, if you look at the rares, that are showing up at rare for the first time and were Mythics before. So I think if I'm going to criticize Wizards for bumping stuff in rarity, I think it's fair to shout out like Ashen Rider. That's a drop in rarity. A lot of them aren't that good, but Ashen Rider, Disciple of the Ring, those were Mythics. Thraximundar was Mythic. Precon cards don't count because their rarity doesn't really actually exist. But yeah, so Thraximundar, that was originally a Mythic. Rafik was originally a Mythic. Crossus was originally a Mythic. Planar Bridge, Drogsoul Reaver, Child of Alara. There's a pretty huge list, like a big chunk of the rares in this set were originally printed at Mythic, and yes, they're mostly $5, $10 cards. They're not $100 cards, but still, that's going to help with the prices of those cards. Like, it does matter. They're not going to rebound as quick. They're going to stay cheaper for longer. So I do, 1,000 Year Storm's another one. So I do appreciate that, even though it is a bummer when an expensive card that everyone wants, like Dockside, goes up to Mythic in a set like this. I mean, they are worth something. They're not Docksides, but they do have some amount of value. While everyone focuses on the expensive cards, and it makes sense because that's like part of what prohibits people from buying a deck. A lot of people don't have the amount of money that it takes to Faces, eh? A lot of people don't have, $70 to put a dockside in their deck, and that makes a lot of sense. But having a bunch of $10 cards become $5 cards or $2 cards, that also matters too, and that does add up. Like, that happening a bunch of times is kind of the same as Mana Crypt being half price or dockside being half price. So, I don't think it's worth just writing it off as not mattering altogether, even if it is true that it's not as obvious how impactful stuff like that can be. So this is gonna flip. Is it worth Besajuing this? We Besaju this. Opponent gets a land. I mean, what else is the Besaju gonna do? I guess we can Besaju it in the future. Huh. I noticed that too. Imperial Seal prices are going back up. Yesterday, it was like $100. It's now back up to $200 or $250. I still think it's going to be $50 or less. That's still my prediction. Definitely $100 or less. There's no way it's going to be that expensive. I just don't believe it. So this is going to flip with haste. Our opponent's going to Bone Crusher. So the other option is like Mystic, tap land, and the next turn we can Burgee Chandra's Defeat. Yeah, let's just do that for now. All right, Mystic, Steam Vents. We need a Coco. What's the most you pay for a draft box? So I like expected value. And I know I've learned over the years that not everyone thinks in terms of expected value, but for me, it really depends on how much value in cards I would expect to get out of that box. So if there's a $100 box where I'm going to get $50 of cards, I wouldn't want to buy it. If there's a $1,000 box where I would expect to get $1,500 worth of cards, being $1,000 wouldn't be a deal breaker because I could theoretically get all that money back and have cards left over. So I would kind of be okay with that. So that's what it really, for me, that's how I look at it. I look at it through an EV perspective rather than in absolute dollar amounts. Although I will say, I think the number is, I think master sets are pushing what most people will pay. I learned that last time we had double masters where I think the voice in the wilderness that was trying to be like this, that, like, I know it's expensive, but this is actually going to have a positive impact. Even if you don't buy it, it's going to have a positive impact. It's going to help bring prices down. It's going to give people the singles they need. So I feel like the only person saying that, and a lot of other people felt differently, that basically the absolute cost is just so high that even though there's a lot of value, even though it's going to bring singles down, the set's a failure. And I think that's a fine perspective. It's not how I view it personally, but I can see why people view it that way. We actually, as far as I know, we have not seen anything. Oh god, opponent also has Chandra's Defeat. As far as I know, we have not seen anything about the set coming to Magic Online. I don't know why it wouldn't. I mean, they're all reprints. They're all cards that I believe already exist on Magic Online. So it seems like the absolute tiniest amount of work to actually put the set on the client compared to the amount of money they'll get from people drafting it. But as far as I know, they have not even confirmed that it's coming to Magic Online. So it might be one of those situations where they don't add it to Magic Online and instead the borderless version show up in treasure chests or something. I hope they do, though, just for the sake of drafting. Like, opponent plays a land. Flame of Keld. Okay. This is not looking great. We need to draw like a Coco somewhere around now. We could blow up this, but then our opponent just gets to Den of the Bugbear us. Grinning Ingus. What options do we have? So this is a problem. The Flame of Keld is a problem. It's a really good card that no one actually plays, but we can get the companion, but then our opponent gets to draw 3 cards next turn. I don't know if we can let him draw 3. So we blow this up. So our opponent doesn't get to draw. They hit us for 3, 4, 5, 6, and they get to keep a token. Then we're really like Coco or bust. I mean, I guess maybe we just gotta hope they. But if we don't hit this, then they draw 3 and they hit a land. And they do the same thing. Oh boy, this is not good. This is not good at all. No good options here. Grinning Ingus, go. Yeah, so we'll see. I hope they. Yeah, this is not optimal. Opponent, bunch of cards. Is it crazy that premium LGSs can sell this product for an entire week before non-premium stores? This has been something that's been talked about for quite a while now. I don't think it's really gotten as much attention as maybe it should, but it really, really seems like, and I think this is intentional from Wizards, but I think that Wizards is really wanting to only support premium local game stores. I think this might go back to a few years. This is my perception, but if you look at a lot of the choices Wizards has made with the distribution of things, I hear stories all the time about how premium game stores get so much of a product and then non-premium game stores get like a ridiculously small amount. I think the Fetchland Secret Lair drop is an example of that, but it almost kind of seems like another land. Oh, well, so we kill this. I mean, we got to kill that or we're dead. So we get Chingatha. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's no way out. But it kind of seems like Wizards maybe would rather only have premium game stores exist. And I think there's 2 reasons for that. So I think that part of it is Wizards has started to sell a lot of cards directly. Like directly through Amazon, Secret Lair drops. So the more Wizards sells directly, the less need they have for local game stores. The other thing is, I think this goes back to a few years ago when there started to be a lot of conversation about the atmosphere at some local game stores, kind of the old boys club atmosphere at some of them. And I think that what Wizards maybe thought was, well, the way that we can get around this with having people, talking about how they had a bad experience going to a local game store or something is trying to support these premium stores that we're going to have a lot of control over. Premium stores have a pretty huge list of like, your store has to look like this, you have to act like this. It's a pretty big long list of things. So I think it was an intentional choice from Wizards, in part to minimize those experiences that people were complaining about, and in part because it's pretty profitable for Wizards if they can sell more stuff directly. Nicholas with a gift sub to Mizuma Games. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. It's funny, the only difference I've noticed between premium, non-premium local game stores is volume. Once they get the ability of their higher allocations, they stop trying to be better and just sell more, while many better LGSs can't make it due to the ridiculously nitpicky requirements of premium stores. Yeah, the requirements are very over the top. So, which is part of what makes me think that Wizards is almost trying to get rid of some local game stores. I don't know if that makes sense, but maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's a conspiracy theory, but that's how it kind of looks to me from the outside, is like, by having these strict, or as you said, nitpicky requirements, on top of selling more stuff directly, on top of having less exclusive products going to most local game stores, I almost wonder if part of the goal is to call down the number of game stores, essentially. Opponent. Den of the Bugbear. Well, Elvish Mystic, Stomping Grounds. So we got Monument Grinning Angus, and we got the Risen Reef. We'll see if we can get it to work through our opponent's removal, but Opponent Mountain. Okay, carries out. Oh, I was afraid there was going to be an Eidolon. An Eidolon would be so bad for us. So, well, 1, 2, 3. Hazaret's Monument. Spire Bluff Canal. Pass the turn. Maybe hope. Maybe hope and dreams. Please don't idle on us. Eidolon's so good against Grinning Angus. It's so good. Opponent, 3 manas. Goblin Chain Whirler. Okay, not great. Gets and hits us for 3. It's a lot of damage. Opponent passes. Risen Reef. So we can Angus, loot, pick it up, try to hit a land. All right, we'll play Angus, loot away the monument. Oh, Chandra's defeat. Pick it up. Kill the Chain Whirler. It would have been nice to hit a land here. Kill the Chain Whirler. Pass the turn. Oh, we're close, but yet so far. Yeah, I mean, if we can find a Steamkin, we go infinite. Steamkin or Burgee. Or, yes, Steamkin or Burgee. And we go infinite and win. Did you see that I came in second at Face-to-Face Vancouver Open over the weekend with Blue White Amiri? I didn't see that. Ooh, what's your list look like, Pichow? That's awesome. I'm gonna have to play that deck again. It's been on my list of decks to replay for a little while now, but stuff kept coming up and spoilers and all this stuff, and we just haven't got to it yet. But it's been very high on my list for a while. You should definitely ship me your list. Maybe we'll do it for a stream on Thursday. Or for a video. Yes, any safe magic links are fine in chat. How much do you think the singles from Double Masters are going to drop? There's a lot of good things that I want, but I'm worried about, but I worry I'm still going to have to spend a lot of money for singles. So, as a general rule, for high-end cards, most often, oh yeah, it'd be great, Pilchow, I'd love it. Most often, I assume around half of their value. So that's kind of my expectations compared to their pre-reprinting price. So I would expect to see the $80 cards be $40, $50, maybe slightly less than half their value. That seems to be, if you look at past master sets, that seems to be the norm. Roughly 50% of the value. Oh boy, opponent's drawing a lot of cards. Okay. So land, Burning Tree, Saga. And then our opponent's tapped out, but we don't have all the pieces we need to win. So I would expect, well, Imperial Seal's kind of a unique one. That's one of those cards that's like super expensive. Basically just because it was so low supply. It's not a high demand card, but Portal 3 Kingdoms is just, wow, not playing the Burning Tree. So they're leaving up interaction. Portal 3 Kingdoms is just such a scarce set. Florahedron. Okay. Oh, we want to get on these Risen Reefs, but we're so close to just dying here. And our opponent just drew 4 cards for 2 mana, which is kind of busted. The problem is, so we play Risen Reef, but we just take so much damage, and our opponent kills it. So we play Risen Reef, our opponent kills it, they hit us for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we'll run it out. We really need to, we really need to find our missing combo piece. We need a Burgee or a Steamkin. Those are the cards that could win us the game. I guess being able to loot a bit. The other problem with this line is we can't kill the Carry Zev, which is awkward. Because the Chandra's defeat can kill something, but we need the mana to actually do it. Oh, more Floral Hedrons. The worst time for them, DFC. Risen Reef. Triggers. Well, okay. Steam Vents, Tangled Floral Hedron. Pass the turn. We got the Ingus. We need one more piece. These Floral Hedrons have been pretty clunky here. Opponent. Gonna have a good turn. Takes up their Saga. Land. We're even getting Ragavond into... No, I don't think it's worth putting in hand. We end up down a land and we have to spend 2 life to shock it in. We might as well just take the carries. I have 3. Like, we're saving one damage at the cost of being down a land. I don't think that's actually a very good deal. Opponent gets and hits us. I think we need all the mana possible in case we do get to combo, which down to 8. This is not looking good. Pathway, not helpful. Well, Ingus, cast it, loot away the Floral Hedron. Opponent's been leaving up this mana too, so I expect that they have Chandra's Defeat in hand. Discard the Floral Hedron. Oh, well, play the land. I mean, this is it if our opponent doesn't have interaction, which I'm afraid they do, but we'll see. Burgee. All right. No discarding. Get a Burgee. This is game, unless there's a 1-mana answer in our opponent's hand, like Chandra's Defeat. That's it. That's all. This is it. Come on, hold. The fact they've been leaving up the mana makes me super scared. But we did assemble the combo. About it. Wait, what are we gonna put it for? What are we getting punted for? All right, this is it. Do you have it? Oh, we got there. Okay, they didn't have it. They left up the 1 mana all game as a bluff. Oh, I mean, we didn't have any choice but to go for it because we were going to die anyway. Hi. All right. I mean, the combo actually, our record's not going to be good. Although I will say, when you look at our record, we kind of got crushed this game instantly. This is a game where we timed out trying... with an auto win, trying to take and test the integer limit on Moto. So I think really that should be a win in our heart. So I think technically I'm going to say we're 2-2. We got to be 2-2, right? Even though officially we're 1-3. That one game, like, we kind of did that to ourselves on purpose. So I think it's really 2-2. First, I like how you think, Remy. We're technically 1-0. None of those count. This one, I don't know the justification for not counting, but it doesn't. What are the matchups we played? All right. If we win this, we're going to have to... Oh, we won a die roll. This is the first die roll we've won. Oh, game 1 is the one we got absolutely wrecked by Sacrifice, by Cat Oven. Not even, like, a little close. We just got hard smacked. Teriel, Reckoner of Soul. I swear that Wizards is going to put every commander from the first Commander release to Commander 2016 or something. It's like all of them. It's essentially all of them. Like, you name it. The thing is, none of those cards are all that expensive, which is the awkward part. Is it time for Embercleave to shine in Pioneer? Oh no. Probably. I mean, Embercleave is a very powerful card. What's the verdict so far? So it is early. But if we look at our spreadsheet, I mean, at current prices at the current time, the EV is like over $500. So The only thing I would say is there's a lot of risk. If you look at the median versus average value, the average value is pretty high on rares and mythics. The median's a lot lower, which essentially what this means is there's a lot of bulk cards, but the average is driven up by the high-end cards, which are really good. So if you crack a box, the question's going to be, I mean, do you hit the Force of Negation? Do you hit the Phyrexian Altar? Do you hit the Thrumming Stone, which that's going to drop a lot? Do you hit those cards, or do you open a whole bunch of $1 or $2 rares and get something that's closer to the median, and then your box value is going to look a lot worse? So as far as we can tell at current prices with the information we have, it looks like a good deal. Just be warned, consistency is a real concern. Like, that is a real concern, and the variance is going to be pretty high. Thrumming Stone is going to be $10 or less. I would be shocked. If it doesn't hit $10, I would be shocked. Which is sweet, because I think that means a lot of people can build the meme decks with it. It's hard to build a meme deck with a really expensive card. If you're gonna, it's kind of like Arena. How everyone plays tier decks on Arena. It's hard when your resources are scarce to invest them into jank. It's kind of the same in paper with Thrumming Stone decks. If you're gonna spend $50 on a copy of a card, you should probably be getting a fetch land. You should probably be getting something along those lines. Ugh. Well, Steamkin. Florahedron. This hand can go off if we can get to this Coco. Do you think that Mavinda is more effective engine? Do you think that Mavinda is a more effective engine than Feather and Boros Aggro in Pioneer, given all the protection spells, free critical to access at all times in the current meta? Huh. That's a good question. I hadn't really considered Mavinda versus Feather. So the obvious upside of Feather is it's got good stats, better stats. A 3/4 is a lot better than a 3. Wow, we were so close and yet so far away from doing really sweet things. And maybe even winning the game. Like, if we can hit a land or a creature, anything other than a grazer. If we draw a grazer, I'm gonna puke. We'll take a land for the Coco. We'll take a creature to trigger the monument. Eventually, opponent's gonna go over the top though, so we got to do this kind of soon. Please not a tap land or a grazer. Okay, that works. That works. Pathway. Play. Oh no. Uh-oh. How are we at the beginning of combat? Oh, main phase turn off. All right, that's fine. Well, pass the turn. We're not winning this turn. We don't have the mana. So play the pathway, pass the turn. Hopefully spin into combo pieces end step, combo off, win the game. That's the plan. Here we go. I feel like Feather's probably better. Once per turn is a big drawback. I think that Mavinda can be very powerful, but I think in older formats you would rather have the repeatability of Feather and the better stats than I guess we could have got in for one, you're right. I mean, I don't think it matters. Like, I don't think it's likely that we win by chipping in for damage, but you're right, it is free damage. So we should have taken it. I wasn't thinking that Ronas does nothing at the moment. When you do the EV, are you inputting like an $800 price tag on stamps, etc.? Oh, all right, gonna do some fighting, eh? Or growing? I kind of hope they don't kill our Steamkin. All right. Yep. Well, Steamkin down. Opponent. So the prices on the sheet are just the best available. The best available we want, ones we have. Trying to get the... Yeah, all right. Risen Reef Burgee. Trying to get the lowest reasonable value, basically. So it's based on pre-sales or for brand new cards based on the cheapest old price, and then we update it throughout the day. Mystic. Huh. Well, Coco for maybe the win. Coco. Angus. Show us an Angus. Show us an Angus? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Okay. Well, sure. Take them both. Put them to the bottom. Keep a Burgee. Risen Reef. Oh! Oh. Oh, we were so close. Oh, wait. We have a monument. Just kidding. On second thought, we win! Visitor! Welcome to the Fish Bowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes! Pick it up. I mean, that's game. Draw the deck. Infinite mana. Infinite looting. Infinite card draw. Discard the Mystic. And I mean, oh, there it is. There's a Valet too. We get to do it early this game. Land untapped. Devilish Valet. Burgee. Monument. Discard. Oh, Devilish Valet. Pick up Iggy's. Play a runaway Steam Kid. Loot away the land. Oh, this deck's so cool when it goes off. It really, really is. Devilish Valet gets pumped. We're not going to go for the integer limit, although we could. We have 19 minutes on the clock. We could. This time we could really actually do it. Grow 'em, grow 'em. Loot away the Florahedrid. Another Ingus. Trigger. Grow the Valet. This is a pretty good turn 5. This is not a bad turn 5 in Pioneer. I don't think I can ask our poor opponent or any of you to actually sit through the integer limit plan again. We already did it once and failed, and it was like 10 minutes of clicking. I mean, we're gonna win this one pretty quick because we have the Devilish Valet. Like, we don't have to try to make thousands of power. Like, we can be responsible and just make it up to like 30 power and win. So I think we're gonna do it the responsible way. It's just so much to sit through. Oh my god, another Devilish Valet. All right, remove those counters. Oh no, this is so tempting though. We could... we could just keep going. We could just keep going. We got 30 cards in our deck. These Devilish Valets could get really big. They could get so big. Trigger. 32 power. All right, we'll be nice. We'll be nice. We'll be nice. We're not going to do it. I promised we wouldn't do it again. I'm a man of my word. We were just talking about breaking deals and keeping promises. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to be responsible. We're just going to win. We're just going to win. You know what is tempting, though, to keep going? It is tempting. Well, we might as well at least keep emptying our hand. There's no reason not to empty our hand here. All right, and now we fizzled. Actually, there's a Risen Reef draw. There's a Risen Reef draw, but we probably fizzled. Okay, land into play, and now we'll just attack. It's just a 64. Just a 64-3. Go to combat. Smack you a bit. Oh, Thunderkin Awakener gets back a Risen. Oh, we could have kept going. We could have kept going. So much so much value. When the deck works, it is beautiful. When it doesn't work, it's still fun, even as you get crushed. All right, get those lands out of the way. Grow the Devilish Valets. Not bad, not bad. 256. Yes. I mean, it does win pretty quickly if you hit the Devilish Valet early. It doesn't have to take a million hours of clicking. And we got there. We got there. Oh, what did you 5-0 with, Tagic? I'm curious. Moto has a limit of 200 creatures, I believe, the token limit. But the moto limit is a little bit different. Really? Wow. Oh, are you the person who 5-0'd with this originally, Takik? I'll have to look at the deck list. I was curious. How has your experience been if you 5-0'd with this a bunch of times? Our first games, it felt pretty against the odds. Oh, it is your name on the list. It felt pretty against the odds. We timed out a little bit, but it also is really explosive and cool when it goes off. How? Okay. So mulliganing aggressively to find the combo we hand. So you're kind of playing it like an all-in combo deck essentially, where you're just kind of trying to find the Ingus, trying to find the Burgee or whatever, the Monument. Okay, that makes sense. We'll have to try mulliganing this one even more aggressively. We don't have much on the sideboard here. We don't have anything. Although mono green is probably fine. Mono green doesn't seem that scary if we can combo. Wouldn't Witty Roastmaster just be strictly better in this deck than Valet? They're basically the same, right? They should, if not disrupted, they're both deterministic wins. Oh, Mass Vandals. Wait, what are we Mass Vandaling against mono green? Gotta get rid of those Othanisses. Yeah, okay. We'll keep this. What do we put to the bottom? We're on the draw. The really greedy line. Yeah, Valet is a sweet way to win. I mean, when we combo, we also can win with light up the night. What do you think about Generator Servant for Innkeeper? There is one Generator Servant in the deck. The greedy way to play this is stick a land to the bottom and just turn one Grazer land, hope that we peel at least one more land. Putting Coco to the bottom is just tough because it's like our best card. Hey, what's up, GR Michello? How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, most of this deck is cheap. The lands are expensive, but everything else is cheap. Oh, straight. Yeah, Banefire does seem good. Is Banefire? It's got to be. Actually, when was the last time we got Banefire? Oh, of course, that 2019. Yeah. Okay, so it's definitely in Pioneer. Yeah, that makes sense. There's no Planeswalkers, so I don't know what to do here. You know what? I think we're gonna put Coco to the bottom. I think that's so. Turn one Grazer off the Stomping Grounds into Monument, into start looting with Ingus, try to find our other combo piece, win the game. A Lair of the Hydra for our opponent. We also want as much mana on red as possible, which I think means it's worth taking the damage here. Because Gritting Ingus cares about red. So if we end up comboing with Monument Gritting Ingus, we just want as many red sources as possible for bouncing. Awesome, dude! For this 69th month, welcome to the Veg Ball. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you. Are you done with school for the summer? Awesome, dude. Well, let's get the Monument down. All right, getting closer. Oh, Lotus combo. Just wait. I think we're gonna have a problem with the Explorer once they had Lotus Field, and maybe also Jeskai Ascendancy, but especially Lotus Field combo to Arena. We're gonna see the big difference between best of 1 and best of 3. Lotus Field combo is a deck that is incredibly difficult to beat without a bunch of sideboard cards. Like, It is really, really difficult for most decks to beat in game one. And on Arena, every game is game one if you're playing best of one. So I'm actually like a little concerned about how that's going to play out. I really think they're going to have to split the ban list. Have you played Velomachus turns? Yeah, we did do a Velomachus combo. I believe it's on the YouTube. I think it was a YouTube video, maybe a Mucha Brew. All right, opponent's running it out. But yeah, we did play it once. It's pretty sweet. We did really well with it too. Oh, they're just making it big. Okay. Ooh, land. Okay. Well, Ingus loot away a land. Valet. I'll pick up Ingus. Devilish Valet. Loot away the Mystic. Into another Ingus. Land untapped Ingus. Into a mountain. Alright. Well, your go. We're one piece away, but we don't got much time. We don't have much time. Opponent. Yeah, I don't know. Do we have enough red mana to actually win from here? We'll see what our opponent does. They also have some pretty big blockers. So we can cast this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 5 times. 1 doubles to 2. Doubles to 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Actually, maybe. If nothing goes wrong here, maybe. We might be able to do... Oh, well, that's something going wrong. Opponent's last card. Vivian gets to snipe Ingus. Yeah, that's an issue. How about some counters, opponent? Would you like to distribute some counters? Please. Mono green can go pretty... I mean, this is turn 4 for mono green. Look at the amount of mana of stuff. Oh, and we discarded the Ingus. Yeah, now we're gonna need a miracle at this point. Opponent hits us for 1 billion and draws a card. All right. Come on, miracle. Risen Reef. Can't even cast it. That is the opposite of a miracle. Okay. Close. That was close. Yeah, Ingus off the top, I don't think... it wouldn't have done it because of the first casting. Well, run it back. So what do you think about this deck in Explorer? We've played it through an entire league now in Pioneer. Do you think that... Yeah, we saw the mana drain. That's such a good reprint. That is definitely high value. It's still pretty commandery, but still, it's a good one. Well, all right. I like this amount of collected companies. Manador Collected Company, Manador Burgi Collected Company. How is it an infinite combo? So, hopefully you get to see it this game. This hand looks pretty well set up to be able to combo off. So what we need to do is we need Grinning Ingus. We need ways to make our stuff free. Risen Reef. Well, yeah, let's play Florohedron. Play a Pathway. Pass the turn. No fight spells, just let us Coco. It's similar to Alchemy, but we're playing a real format now. And we have Devilish Valet to finish the game. So we need a way to make Grinning Ingus free, essentially, is our main goal. Wouldn't mind hitting a land. Mystic. Well... do we just pass? Pass and Coco? Passing Coco or Burgi Elvish Mystic? Yeah, Coco's probably better. Is there any reason to main phase the Coco? Burgi, Hazoret's Monument. Runaway Steamkin. So they kind of replace each other, along with Grinning Angus and then Devilish Valet for the win. So do you think this deck would have a chance in Explorer? Do you think it'd be better or worse in Explorer? Yeah, we'll just pass in Coco and see what happens. We can't really win from here anyway. Yes, Mana Drain, I think it was CGB that spoiled it. But yeah, it did get spoiled. Opponent, Old Growth Troll, turns on the Ronas. And Llanowar Elves. Well, spin it to win it, spin it to win it. Opponent, getting in. 1, 2, 3, 4, Collected Company. Ooh. So there's a Valet. I mean, I guess Valet Steamkin? Valet Steamkin. Or do we want the Generator Servant? Generator Servant is what? +2 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I guess that means if we draw land, we could Burgy Coco. I don't know if that changes much. We just don't have many red cards in hand. All right, we're gonna take this Steamkin. If we draw land, we have a decent. I mean, if we draw land, we have a decent shot of winning anyway. So Devilish Valet Steamkin. The rest go to the bottom. So we can Coco, but we can't go infinite unless we hit a land, even if we hit Ingus. Oh my goodness. All right, this is it. Ingus for the win. Ingus for the win. Ingus for the win. Here we go. Hey, what's up, Reindeering? How are you? 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we hit the Ingus, we win the game, right? It's that simple. Coco. Oh my goodness. All right, Burgy and Ingus. That's even better. Yes, we will take those two. Any order, we don't care. Trigger, 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 trigger. We got the land. Play it untapped. Pick them up, put them down. Infinite in every way. And the deck actually feels pretty good. The deck actually feels pretty good. Ingus, trigger, auto yield. Sorry, opponent, you're a little dead. Ingus comes back. Trigger, trigger. Auto yield, auto yield. So now we can make our stuff infinitely big, but we'll just make it big enough to kill our opponent a little bit. And opponent complimenting us on the turn 4 kill. I like this deck. The Dingus combo. Infinite Dingus. I mean, I guess we should be making this mana. Cast it. Pick him up, put him down. Oh, 32 power. We can just win right now. We don't have to do. All right. All right. We'll be responsible. Go to combat. Attack you a little bit. And that's the win. We had a game earlier, our second game in the league. We spent 10 minutes trying to grow it as big as possible. We did not hit the integer limit and we timed out. So we already did it. That was pretty impressive. That was turn 4. We owe ourselves a treasure chest. We owe ourselves a treasure chest. Counting that one loss where we timed out, trying to see if we could break Moto, is a win. We actually went 3 and 2. S-Dust with a gift sub to J Phillip Mode. Welcome to we need our treasure chest. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank ya. Okay. This deck is sweet. Now I want to try an Explorer. You know what? Maybe we will try an Explorer real quick. We can probably get in a game or two before I gotta go pick up Bear. Should we try a game in Explorer? It should be about the same. We're not really missing anything. We're missing one Generator Servant, which I don't think is actually... I know. The problem is not being responsible, but it's that we already did it once. And when I made everyone set through 10 minutes of clicking in that game, I promised them that I would not do it again. So So it's not so much responsible, other than we already did it, and it does get a little bit tedious. Everyone just having to sit there. All right. All right, 3 treasure chests, a reward for kind of going 3 and 2. There are some Commander Legends cards in here that are kind of expensive. Treasure chest 1, wire tapping. It's borderless. That's something. Bishop of Rebirth. Good old Ixalan. It's like a Sun Titan, except so much worse. What's the best card from Ixalan? Are there any good cards from Ixalan? Yeah, Priest would be good. Scuttling Doom. That's not playing standard for a minute back in 2015. There was a time. 6 mana 6/6. Can't be blocked by little stuff when it dies. It 6 is something. Opponent or planeswalker only, but still. All right. One more. We get Zorn. Someday Zorn's going to be broken. I don't know how long it'll be, but there will be a time where that effect's going to be broken. I think that Zorn, unless it gets reprinted, I would not be surprised if it ends up being expensive at some point. Are there good cards from Ixalan? Yeah, I guess some of the flip cards are pretty good. Is Ixalan the weakest set of the last, how long? 10 years? I think it's definitely the weakest of the last 5 years. It might be the weakest of the last 10 years. Like, it's not a very strong set. Yeah, they did not release enough of the cards on Moto at this point. All right, we're just gonna try a match or two just to see how it feels. Same exact deck, very, very, very slightly changed. Let me see if we switch it to Explorer. What do we actually have to cut? I don't think it's much. The deck is sweet. All right, so switch it to Explorer. I think we have to change some Mana Dork. So we need to change Mystic to Llanowar. Generator Servant doesn't exist, so we'll play one more, I don't even know, Florahedron. And then Rending Volley is Fry. And I think that makes it Explorer legal. Yeah. All right. Sweet. Yeah, I don't know if this will be better or worse. It probably depends on the meta. So Explorer it is less powerful. And the deck was relatively successful in fully powered Pioneer. So that's a good sign. On the other hand, Cat Oven felt like a miserable matchup. And if we run into Cat Oven, it is more popular on Arena. If we run into that, we're going to get absolutely wrecked. Can you beat Cat Oven, Tagic? Cat Oven felt like the hardest matchup if they have Mayhem Devil going with Cat. Like, that was our first matchup, and it felt so bad. They could shoot down all of our creatures. Like, we even had Cocos, and we had everything we wanted, and our opponent just did not care. All right, Spire Bluff go. This one's fine. We got the Risen Reef. Cat Oven is almost a guaranteed win unless they have Mayhem Devil. Okay, well, they drew many. I think they drew 2 Mayhem Devils each game. All right, we need one more question. One more question for the stream. What do we got on this question list? We already talked about food a lot. Oh, wow, that's a good one for us. What annoys you the most about the fandoms you're a part of? So we're gonna assume that we're talking about Magic, since we're all united by the Magic fandom. So what annoys you about the Magic fandom? That's actually a pretty good question. Let's play Steam Vents. Go. Card Flip King. Okay, that's a pretty soft one. WotC Worship. There are some people for whom WotC can do no wrong. Magic Boomers. Okay. Wait, does that include me? Are you counting me as a Magic Boomer? Opponent gets in. Ragavan. I mean, that's not really community related, but oh yeah, I gotta switch to my arena settings. Haha! Whoa, look at that. Ooh. Boom. Other side. Over here. Back there. Do it again. I'm just going to keep doing that to y'all. Get annoyed and leave. Boom, 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 boom. I'm sorry. I'll stop. I promise. Llanowar elves, eh? Well, let's draw a few Magic the Gathering cards here. Ingus is an elemental, triggers the Risen Reef, puts a land into play, play the land, pick up the Ingus, replay it. All right, more lands. Well, we're getting all the lands. That's good. And maybe our opponent will kill the Ingus rather than the Risen Reef, and then we can go comboing again. They might have another... They might be a discard deck, and they might have another go blank. Yeah. All right. Hand has been emptied. Well, as long as they don't also have removal, this is kind of okay. Opponent gets and hits us. Because we can just Ingus for a while until... Ooh, Coco. Well, I guess we go for the win. Coco. Wow, so close. Trigger. Oh, we need to tap differently, didn't we? If we had tapped differently... Pick up the Ingus. Replay the Ingus. Decline. Oh, we're going to end up 1 mana short. Pick up the Ingus. Oh, get your Gotha. We're going to hold on to it. Play the Llanowar Elves. That's it. That's all. Your go. No Thoughtseize. Oh, we would have. If we had not auto-tapped, I think we could have won there. Oh, and they... Okay. Well, at least we got double Risen Reef. So they take the Ingus, but we do have 2 Risen Reefs, which is pretty good. There's a lot of digging to find another Ingus. Opponent goes attacking. No blocks this turn. Well, wow, no pumping either. All right, down to 11. We untap. Well, play Hazaret's Monument. Ingus. Yeah, it's deceptive. Does that... Smarter Scummy. Kiora sleeves on a black deck. Do you think that's our opponent trying to get an advantage by making you think they're a... Oh my goodness, and they also... Wow, okay. Well, those were the perfect cards for our opponent to have in hand, that is for sure. We draw a land, a Risen Reef triggers. We hit a Steamkin. Well, we'll play the Steamkin. Discard the land. Into Emerald Grazer, trigger Risen Reef, hit a Burgee, and pass the turn. We're so close. We are so close. For Magic Boomers, I mean, people just talk crap about new sets and new players never having experienced a fun infinite combo on turn 1. Ah, I see. You mean the real Magic Boomers. I could see that being... Wow. Unpunished Murderous Rider. Opponent passes. We draw nothing. Wow, we got to do it the hard way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Backside of Burgee. Trigger the Steamkins. All right. Come on, Horn. Discard the Grazer. It did its job. Risen Reef. I'll remove the counters. Blue-green Risen Reef. Actually, we can play Burgee first. All right, play Burgee. Get some triggers. This is going to be sweet. Might as well discard the land. We just need to find not a land. All we need to do is find the Grinning Ingus, and we go off trigger. You actually drew another removal spell? Opponent has had a lot of removal. All right, gonna Fatal Push. That was the top deck for the turn. Kills the Steamkin. Doesn't really matter at this point. We have enough mana that we're gonna win if we get there. Trigger. Devilish Valet. That'll be helpful. There it is. Ignis. Triggers. And decline. Give some triggers. Oh, okay, that felt good. That felt really good. That felt super good. Pick it up. Replay it. Trigger. Discard the elf. Steamkin. Remove the counters. Trigger. Now we get the valet, and our opponent is going to pay the price. They are going to pay the price for killing all of our creatures. I will tell you that. Devilish Valet gives them triggers. They're going to pay a big price. Discard the monument. Kill all of our combo pieces. Will you, opponent? Will you now? Trigger. Yeah, grow it. How about a Steamkin? Let's cast that. Give some triggers. It is a lot easier to combo with on mode or on arena, I will say. Other than the auto tapper kind of wrecking us, but discounting the auto tapper wrecking us, it is faster. Probably because of the auto tapper. All right, Steam Vents, pick it up. Put it down. Trigger. Discard. Got him! All right, that was good. That was super good. We do win here. Should you deck yourself soonish? So the trick is, we don't actually deck ourselves. Hazard's Monument is a May ability. So if we get low on cards, we can stop saying yes to the rummaging. And technically, Risen Reef doesn't draw us a card. It instead it just reveals the card and puts it in our hand around the battlefield. So we can actually keep bouncing our Grinning Ingus as long as we want. If we have the Devilish Valley, we can do it until we totally max out Arena. Nothing's going to stop us. Unfortunately, we have literally 0 sideboard cards for this deck. I wonder if we could have some different removal in the sideboard, especially an Explorer. I think it might be worth switching it up to something a little more flexible. I like this deck, though. Yeah, an Explorer, I think you need a wider sideboard, removal-wise. I don't think you want to be narrowly focused on the color 8 cards. This hand is good, though. See if we get by a ton of discard, but if not, Spirebluff Canal. The deck is really fun. I would recommend it. It is really fun. It worked pretty well in Pioneer. It seems to be working in Explorer, so if you're looking for something different, yeah. I mean, it is. I love the synergy between. I guess we gotta play this on green. I love the synergy between Ignis and Risen Reef. Like, that's just such a sweet little synergy. Opponent making land drops. Oh, okay. Well, opponent's gonna make us kill him the old-fashioned way, I guess. I assume that they're naming Ignis here, which is the combo piece that can be replaced. Hey, see ya, Gwangi. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you. Yeah, we do have Light Up the Night. Wow, they take Risen Reef? Okay. I mean, Risen Reef is not essential to this combo. It's fun, and I like the amount of cards that it draws us, but it is very much not an essential combo piece. Oh, Risen Reef, hit ya. Opponent goes to 16. Yeah, it really is our opponent just not knowing. Hey, Seth, I was away for a bit. Did you get a chance to look at the Ashiok deck? Ooh, let me see. Let me see, Dylan. I pulled it up, but then I don't think I actually looked at it. Oh, Cry the Carnarium. That's brutal. Opponent. Necromentia. Sure. What's our opponent playing? Like mono black sideboard cards? Cryocranarium Necromentia. What is happening? Pioneer Ashiok. Ooh. I mean, Oblivion Sower is definitely a super sweet, super fun card. So I like what the deck's trying to do. How are the actual Ashioks in the deck? So I guess they help with the exiling. So you're trying to exile a bunch. Turn on the Oblivion Sower. That does look really hilarious. What did our opponent name this time? Collected Company. All right, so opponent really just does not want to name the cards that stop our combo. They are doing their best to not name the cards that actually stop us from winning with their Necromencias. Hey, see ya, Fallen North. About it, more removals. Thanks for hanging out, Feed the Swarm. Sure. Well, we'll play the Hazaret's Monument. Hit him with the zombie. About it. Tap land. Not gonna be killing this. Black can do it all, but they can't kill the monument. Runs out of Murderous Rider. Well, play Devilish Valet. Loot away a monument. Tap land. I'll play the tap land, pass the turn. When is Planeswalker Tribal coming back? We gotta do another Planeswalker Tribal episode. It's been a minute. Ultra Week, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you, thank you about it. Getting frisky with the Murderous Rider hits us, and a Gifted Etherborn. Well, okay, Ingus. We're missing one piece. We're missing one piece to be able to win. It is not a mountain. Pick it up. Replay it. Loot. It's not a Tangle Floral Hedron. Play the land. Pick it up. Tank Jagatha. Play the Floral Hedron. Loot away Jengatha. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Yeah. Wait, could we actually have won there? I was thinking we were 2 pinched on red mana, but I didn't actually math it out. Opponent gets in, hits us. Wraths away the board. Well, okay. I think our opponent has no idea what we're doing, I don't think. It doesn't feel like. Well, pick it up. Replay it. Discard Ingus. We just need like a Burgie. That's all we're missing. Alright, we're just gonna pass. We can kill the Hive of the Eye Tyrant with the Beseju if necessary. We need a Burgie. We need a Burgie. That's the last piece. Oh yeah, I wasn't considering that. Ooh, opponent draws plays a Skyclave Shade. Alright. So is that gonna kill us this turn? 5, 6, 7, 8, probably. Mostly. Where's our action? I guess our opponent's exiled a lot of it. Well, there's a Valet. Play it. Discard. I'll pick it up. Replay it. Discard the monument. Now pass the turn. We gotta leave up Beseju where we die to the Skyclave Shade. About it. Can I update the deck list. Yes. Opponent. All right, goes to combat attacks. So we get 1 turn. We can Beseiju the Demonic Embrace. So this is it. We got to find a way to win this turn. We got to find a way to win this turn. Okay. We take our beats. This is it. This is the game. We're dead next turn for sure. Can we win this turn? That is the question. Monument, not helpful. Now, play Llanowar Elves. Trigger, discard. Land, not helpful. Grow the Valet. Pick up Ingus. Replay it. Discard the land into even more lands. Ingus. Oh, maybe, might have been a punt here. Might have been, Maybe we should have held on to the Llanowar Elves to discard, possibly. More lands. Yeah, this isn't going to do it. 8 power. Actually, wait, is it going to do it? So if we decline, it goes to 16 power. Play the land, go to 1. I think we're good. Wow, this deals way more damage than you'd think. So untap land, go to 1, pick it up, put it down, and whether it was a punt or not, it doesn't matter. That is the game. That is the power of the Devilish Valet, not the full combo. Our opponent cast double Necromancy. It took and stripped our hand. Thought Seizes, Sweepers X2, Languish, and more, and it did not matter. Wow, that was an impressive win. So I gotta say, I guess the deck can work on Arena as well. We played it in Pioneer, we played it in Explorer. You don't really gotta change much of anything. The changes are pretty minimal. Not sure which format it's better in. I will say, yeah, we kind of fizzled. We fizzled hard too. We did not run very well, and it was still enough. I will say in Pioneer, or in Explorer rather, I'd probably change up the sideboard. I'm not as big of a fan of the narrow, like Chandra's Defeat style cards. In Explorer. In Pioneer, they make sense because the meta is pretty set and also skewed towards certain colors. Fry's okay still, but I would rather play more flexible, or I'd rather play like a Lava Coil, or I don't even know, just something that can work against Mono Black or whatever, like we saw there. But otherwise, the deck seems to work in both formats, and it's super cool, and it's super unique. What were the changes? So the changes we had to make from the two versions of the deck were, where's the original? So the cards that were there, one really doesn't matter. Elvish Mystic technically isn't on Arena, but Llanowar Elves is. So it's the exact same card. So that's an easy swap. So we had to change that. We dropped Generator Servant because that's not on Arena yet for another Tangled Floral Hedron, although you could play another Steamkin or something. And then we had to change Rending Valley to Fry. Although, as I was saying, the sideboard should be updated, I think, for Explorer. This sideboard seems fine for Pioneer. Not as good for Explorer, but, well, that's Valet combo. That deck worked way better than I thought it would. I went into it expecting it to be kind of an against the odds deck, really, and we ended up going 2-3 or 3-2 in Pioneer, depending on how you count the game where we timed ourselves out trying to break Magic Online, and then we won our Explorer game. So I don't know, the deck's sweet. I would recommend it, and it's really fun. It's really unique. So if you're looking for something different to try out, it seems like a pretty sweet option. But on that note, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So I gotta go pick up Bearby. Reminders on the way out the door. First, we should be back on Thursday for another stream. So in the meantime, check out the replay YouTube if you missed anything. Normal YouTube, spoiler videos, meeting the 5 tomorrow for Against the Odds. Yesterday's sweet video going infinite and standard with Reflection of the Kiki Jiki and Maskwood Nexus. Check all that stuff out. Plus, there's a bunch more Pioneer and Modern on the way as well. And one more shout out to our sponsor tonight, Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. If you get a free goldfish sticker, just let them know you want one in your order notes. Most importantly, Thank you to each and every one of you. Y'all are amazing, awesome, spectacular, and I appreciate y'all. So thanks for hanging out, playing some Pioneer, playing some Explore, having some fun. I love y'all. Have an amazing night. Have a great Wednesday. I'll see you Thursday for some more fun. So until then, have a good one, everyone, and I will talk to you soon.